Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Thank you, everybody. It's another overwhelming beginning. I can't do anything but laugh as I'm trying to get names onto the wheel. I've not done a too terrible job this time, and we'll get to as many channels as we can in the next 3 hours. I know we got a few friends listening while they're driving or working, so thank you for that. Anybody in the background, and for anybody brand new, hopefully you're feeling welcome. The first channel that we're looking at today is the Feral Grandma, and this is a creator who has come into the Tuber Chat family as an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She's been with us for many months now. She's here for just about every stream. I certainly don't expect that from anybody. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. As we follow more and more creators, it becomes pretty much impossible to support everybody as much, as we all wish that we could. So every moment matters, and I appreciate all of it, of course. I try to do the same for other people, but the Feral Grandma has been with us regularly, for which I will have been eternally grateful as we continue on. This creator's working on 300 subscribers right now. She posts occasionally when it comes to videos. I've referred to her as the Grill Master. She's often bringing us ideas from the kitchen, but she takes us outdoors and gives us a chance to get to know her as well. When we look at shorts on this channel, she's gotten into almost 1,000 views on one of these and over 1,000 on another. She just keeps grilling and grilling and grilling. Some lottery ticket scratching there as well, and you can see a lot of content in the kitchen there. This creator also does quite a bit of live streaming. I've been lucky to catch her several times, and hopefully you will too. We all have notification bells on for every single channel. The Feral Grandma, I don't believe, has a schedule. She's just on every few days, so good opportunity to catch her likely soon, because it's almost been 5 days now. Like I said, 300 subscribers, and she's got her about section filled out, so lots of information for a chance to get to know what we can expect from this creator. But I can tell you again, she is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, so anybody will do well to connect with the Feral Grandmas. You can get some of that support coming back to you as well. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. I wonder if Mac Movement is still listening, because they came in at the beginning of the stream and they made me laugh before we got started. I appreciate all the fun things people have to say about procrastinating and hanging out in Tuber Chat in these streams. A lot of opportunity to get to meet friends, and for any amount of work we were going to do on our YouTube channels. My bet is that by making one true friend today, that will outdo any of the other work that probably could have been done in 3 hours. I've been on YouTube for many years, so while I certainly don't think I know everything, I've seen definitely my share. And, the whole reason we focus on friendships here is because if you imagine if you had 100 true friends on YouTube, and I'm not talking about subscribers, but 100 friends, take some time. But people who care about you, care about your content, care about your channel, regardless of their niche and, category and their content and things like that, wouldn't it be a wonderful world? You get to a point, you have your 100 views guaranteed in the first 24 hours every time you put a video out. That's a wonderful place to be. And this is the kind of thing that, happens after we make the friendships that we do here. In the meantime, for the next 3 hours, I'm going to put channels on the screen, talk about what I know about these channels, what I know about the creators. Even though we have friends that have been with us for 6 years now, we got friends that have been with us for 6 minutes. Literally, there's brand new people here all the time and everywhere in between. So lots of opportunity to meet tons of new friends. I think anybody here could meet up to 8 to maybe 10 friends per hour for the time that you spend. And it all depends on how much time we have. But this is how we start to motion towards that first 100 friends, right? So it's just an idea. I'm sure you know what I mean. I've got quite a few names on the wheel. We're going to talk about Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey in another moment. So thank you again, the Feral Grandma. I know she said she likes to drop gifted memberships in the chat. She gifted 5 memberships again today. She's done it 100 times before already. And she likes to guess, see who's going to get them, because that's kind of a winning the lottery type of thing. Everybody who's seen gifted memberships happen on any channel, we don't know who's going to get them. There's no way to predict it. YouTube distributes them somewhat randomly. We've seen them go anywhere from people who've been with us for 6 years to people who've never been in the chat that we know of to people who have been there for half an hour that day. So it could be anyone at all. We've even seen gifted memberships go to the person who gifted them, which is ironic, but something that is a fun glitch, let's just say. The funnest glitch, maybe, in the whole YouTube system. And So Magic, Fabric Magician, thank you so much for recognizing our moderators. I talk about them often here. Most people who've been here before know that I take that idea very seriously. All of the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They've all been with us for years. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things that they all have in common that I like to think draws me to them is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel the same way that we do here in Superchat. Voice of Fair Use, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I wonder if we know of that channel. So please let me know if that is a brand new channel in the chat, and forgive me if I'm mistaken. But I wonder if that's a friend of ours that might have just changed their handle up a little bit. I've been tripping over handles for months now. And then Eddie Garaza, good to see you in the house. I think this is your first stream, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that. I have plenty of names on the wheel. I'm going to get to some more introductions in a second, but Scratch and Pete PA, The Stock Explorer, Canadian Family Life, and Just Jason Keto, along with Michael's Adventures, are all in the chat right now. They're all blue. They're all moderators. We really don't have that many. We've only got about 20 for the last 6 years, 10 that are with us occasionally and 10 that are with us regularly. And then John Lucas early in the door with Tim Mitchell, along with Rushing Wind Mountain and Chef CV. She might be driving, listening in. And then Okie Zeedon, Butler Family Farm, and the Nichols 13 and Nikki Silver Stacker. Pardon me. Oh, forgive me, Eddie Garaza. I wondered because you came in and said hello. I didn't quite feel like it was your first time, but I might have missed saying hello to you, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that. Voice of Fair Use, yeah, I might be tripping over the handles, so forgive me, because I used to know much better everybody's channel names. And I forget as much as anybody else does, or make mistakes in this and that. We got 6,700 subscribers now, pretty close to it, right? And every single one is a channel owner. There's less than 1% of the viewership, if we want to even call it that, here in Tuberchat, are supporters without channels. Mike's Adventure Sparks is also in the house. Broken Hearts Ministry, that's Gail's Southern Living, actually, with another channel. And then I believe we saw Sarah Prestwood in the house. Diamond Painting Yotun, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I know I'm missing a few channels, but I'll try to catch up as we continue along. So Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey. This creator is going to bring us health and spiritual inspiration at the same time. When you read from the About section, you'll get the idea of what they're bringing. Focused on the GLP-1 journey, which I'm still learning about from a lot of our friends. It seems to be, I'm not sure if it's becoming more popular lately, or if it's just that it's becoming more popular here in these streams because we've got more and more channels talking about this lately. And thank you, by the way, Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey dropped a super chat before we even started, and then gifted a membership as well. So I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. I know all our recipients of those gifted memberships will be happy to have them. They're absolutely unnecessary here. And that's, absolutely the truth. I'm lucky enough to be able to work full time, so I don't rely on YouTube or anything like that. I know a lot of people want to support me and us and the things that we're doing, but there's a lot of free things that we can do to help our friends. And here in Tuber Chat, I will put names on the wheel from our chat list. It's really based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. I'll add names over the course of the stream. We just put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and then super chatters and membership gifters get a bit of a speed boost by having them on the screen in order right away, if that makes any sense. And then have fun in nature. Oh, have fun in nature. Oh, did I not put... Yeah, I do have you there. I have you here at the bottom. I know it's really tough to see if you're on a phone. I've got the text as big as I can put it without interfering with what I'm looking at, but I know it's hard to see that. So what I usually do is I have a bunch of names on the wheel, right? I know it's almost impossible to read those, but they come in a list down here on the left-hand side, and then I usually leave a couple spaces. That's really just for me to try to keep track of what's happening, and then underneath. So Magic Fabric Magician is coming up, and then have fun in nature also. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody or anything, but yeah, have fun in nature is going to be coming up. And have fun in nature, yes, dropped a super chat, and that was after a couple of other things here. So Fabric Magic Magician. Pardon me. Magic Fabric Magician dropped a super chat as well. So forgive me, but thank you everybody. I appreciate everybody's patience. It's kind of overwhelming at the beginning, like I was saying. And then when we look at the chat, I see Vintage V29 is in the house. I hope I said hello to you earlier in the week. I think you were here for the last stream. I might have missed you. I don't mean to do that ever. Mike's Adventure Sparks is here. Let's talk about what Grant's doing, and then I'm going to catch up with the wheel a little while before we spin. But like I said, we got almost 3 hours, so plenty of time. Vintage V's got a couple new videos, which is great to know because she wasn't posting a lot recently, so that's great that we know that you got new content. And Fuzzy Adventures is here with us every day as well. Country Boy Explorer, good to see you in the house. And then when we look at Grant's Faithful GLP-1 journey, so like I said, it's health first more than anything else. From what I've seen quite a bit of fitness, as a matter of fact, from this creator. Quite a few of these fitness videos. And then they've got shorts on the channel as well. Many people in the chat know far better than I do about the GLP-1 journeys that people are going through, the effects that they're having. I'm continuing to learn, but I'm certainly no authority of any kind, so I just don't want to say too much about it. I've got a lot to learn. I'm relying on our YouTube friends for that. 1,200, 1,500, 1,600 views, and it looks like they've got all 4 seasons to show us. I mention that often because for a lot of creators, snow can be something that draws in a lot of views because not everybody in the world is able to experience that, right? Thank goodness we have YouTube. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to experience all the things we do now, or a lot of them. And then Grant's Faithful GLP-1 Journey will do a lot of live streaming. So I caught them yesterday, and they do these pretty frequently. As you can see, they got plenty. I wouldn't say they're quite on daily, but at least every couple of days, and it looks like they do some video gameplay as well. Stephen Wire's on every day, that's for sure. Rachel Loha's a friend of years, so is Lucy Grace 56. Hopefully everybody will connect with them. And then thank you again, Grant's Faithful GLP-1 Journey, for another super chat and a gifted membership. They've done both of those things a million times before. I'm sure the recipient of the gifted membership will be happy to have that as well. Forgive me because I didn't catch it in the chat in time. And then Have Fun in Nature is up here, and Fabric Magician is coming up next because they both drop super chats. We'll get to spinning the wheel pretty soon. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then have fun in nature. So Brian is also in the chat. You see the 2 accounts here from Have Fun in Nature, but I've been lucky to catch them for quite a few live streams lately. I didn't realize how much you were doing them. If it's I guess it's only every few days. I felt like I was catching you a little more frequently, but I've been catching the Sunday ones. So they do these frequently on a schedule, and then I guess they're doing some pop-ups, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Nice to see you collaborating. There's Chef CV right there. One of the biggest things anybody can do to grow their channel is collaborate with other creators in pretty much any way at all. I use the term very loosely here, but collaborating in its traditional sense means you're making content with another creator, and that can be as simple as doing a StreamYard video. It doesn't have to be StreamYard, but you know what I mean, together, where you're having some kind of a conversation. Interviews are popular, or a lot of our friends are creating a lot of things together in their content, meaning our sewing friends, our crafting friends, our artistic friends, and everything else. So there's lots of ways to collaborate, but every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're pretty much guaranteed to grab not just a handful of their subscribers, but their most supportive supporters. They're the ones who are going to be most interested to know who the creator of the channel's friends are. And it really comes down to, hey, I trust you, so any friend of yours must be, worthy of being a friend of mine kind of idea. And then Brooklyn Beauty TV, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. My dear goodness, are we flying again today? High Plains Camper, I'm not sure if I said hello, but it's great to have you here. High Plains Camper is not just here for every stream, for which I'm grateful. I certainly don't expect it, but I do appreciate it. But I see them out supporting people. I think I've been running into High Plains Camper and Have Fun in Nature like every day on somebody's channel. Not to mention Tim Mitchell, Chef CV, Sarah Presswood, the list goes on. I'm not playing favorites, just listing off a few channels that I know I run into constantly, as well as our moderators. They're everywhere all the time. So Have Fun in Nature is going to give us some more information on their About section, including the origins of the channel, but I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's a fun playlist I use just to keep caught up with creators, and we've got a fun name for that, my catch-up list, but playlists can be a great tool for that. And then thank you, Mac Movement. I was laughing before we started about your procrastination comment, and it's funny because I think I might steal that now and use that and say, yes, for anybody that wants to spend time either here on this channel or in streams like this, you can't consider it procrastinating, because at least you're working on growing your channel in one way or another. I hope everybody here is focused on the friendships that you're making with the creators in the chat. It's not a hint, it's literally directly. Me on the screen talking about these channels is secondary to what we're doing here. That's literally why the channel was called Tuber Chat 6 years ago, instead of Tuber Guy or Tuber Screen or Tuber Channels or all the other things we could have called it, because the magic happens in the chat with the conversations between creators that lead to friendships. It's your friends that are going to favor you the same way you favor your friends, right? And this is where your strong, solid foundation comes together with those guaranteed views, let's say. Mr. Fulton Mraz, good to see you in the house. Mr. Fulton Mraz has a birthday happening right now. That's a creator who has been with me on YouTube as a friend for over 6 years, probably closer to 7 years now, if you can imagine that. And the reason why I focus on that when I talk about creators is just so everybody understands. You're literally meeting people here all the time that will be with you years into the future, not just weeks and months. And then Have Fun in Nature, up on the screen right now, has also got shorts, and they have got into 3,800, 7,600, 8,700 views. Which is great to see, and pretty much all outdoors, which is great to know. So hopefully everybody will connect with Have Fun in Nature. We'd love to push them towards the now 1,100 subscribers that we know they're thinking about. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then, yeah, hopefully everybody will wish Mr. Fulton Mraz a happy birthday in the chat. I'll put their channel up next as a birthday present to our dear friend. He literally has been with us since before this channel even started. And the Fabric Magician is up on the screen right now. So thank you again. Have fun in nature. The Fabric Magician, both of you, for Super Chats. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. I know I say it all the time, but it really is absolutely unnecessary, even though appreciated. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen when those things happen. But we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another couple moments here, I think. And then over the course of the next 2.5 hours or so, I will add names to the wheel from our chat list. That's based on how active everybody is in the chat. I've got a robot in the background from Streamlabs or ChatBot, whatever we want to call it, that helps keep statistics so that I can stay on top of that. But we'll get to that soon enough. And then thank you, everybody, for the thumbs up and the shares and always the kind words and positivity in the chat as well. I'm really excited that this is always an encouraging chat for everybody here, because even though many of us, dare I say most of us, are into our YouTube journeys for, let's say, a year or longer, right? Some of us have been on for years. Many people have been on many years longer than me. I've been on 9 years. But we always have people who are brand new, and we all started zero, right? It took 6 months to get the first 100 subscribers on the first channel that I ever ran. That was almost 9 years ago now. Or over 9 years ago that started. And if you can imagine, we've come a long way from then. So the Fabric Magician is up here, and this is another creator, Annette. She is going to obviously be smiling and laughing and, dare I say, singing and almost dancing in a lot of her videos, but an enthusiastic creator, obviously very talented and creative. And she is going to bring us shorts on her channel in between the videos. She posts occasionally, more live streams here, I think, but 834 views on one of these shorts, one over 1,000, one over 1,400, which is great to know, and then live streams. So like I said, there's plenty of these. She was on yesterday, the day before that, the day before that. So she's literally doing these daily. This is a creator who seems to be doing them daily. I caught her a few times lately, and I've got notifications on for the next 2 streams, tomorrow and the next day. You notice that I'm setting notifications for everything I see, premieres and live streams, even though I have the notification bell on for every channel. You'll see I'll clear my notifications right now. So we see that this is cleared, and by the time I switch to another couple of channels, that'll be full again. But we keep notifications on to give us the best chance to catch each other. My Quiet Corner, Carol, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They got their 1,000 this week, which is great to know. So thank you for sharing that with us. It's a very exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. Vintage V29, they've been on since 2013. And then they restarted a couple years ago. Many creators have done that. Yeah, I can't remember. I started a YouTube account years and years ago myself, but didn't start making videos until about 8 years ago. Something like that, I think, if I'm right. Mac Movement, a year and like 8 days from now. Thank you again, the Fabric Magician, for Super Chat again. She actually took over, pardon me, our Stream Boss position. That is the video game life meter you see under my camera here. Every Super Chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. And I believe that the Fabric Magician has held that position more than once before. So thank you again. And then what we're going to do is put Mr. Fulton Mraz up on the screen for his birthday. And then OG Sean White just came in, dropping a handful of gifted memberships as well. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Mr. Fulton Mraz, like I said, has been a friend of mine on YouTube for probably 7 years or close to it, long before Tuberchat was even started. Thank you, John Lucas. Yeah, I often keep names on the wheel for a while, but I do clear it out. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours. I certainly don't expect it. I do appreciate every moment, but it also allows us to get to more channels we otherwise might not have. So thank you for that, John Lucas. But as soon as I see you in the chat again, I'll make sure that your name is on there. I know you were first in the door today, or at least first on the wheel. And I'll leave it there for a while. And then Hunting and Stuff with J&J. Good to see you in the house also. Stephen Wire, I didn't add to the wheel yet. I just did that right this second. So Mr. Fulton Mraz, like I said, about 7 years of friendship with this creator. I've actually been interviewed on their channel. They've interviewed quite a few different creators, probably dozens, maybe hundreds, I'm not sure. They're well over 2,000 subscribers now, but they actually have more accounts. They got a couple of different channels. Mr. Fulton Mraz might do product reviews, the interviews I talked about, and then otherwise they give us a chance to get to know them. They take us out to different events as well occasionally. They got shorts on the channel at 1,800 views on a couple of them, and then they've got live streams over here as well, and they've got one coming up actually about a week from now, so we can look forward to that, live at the Atlanta Earth Festival, which will be interesting to see. I have family in Atlanta, as a matter of fact. I kept mistaking my stories. When I was 18 years old, I took a trip, and I was thinking it was in Florida because my family was from Florida, but they actually moved to Atlanta. It turns out, no, that story was actually in Atlanta, and I got my family, I talked to my aunt and uncle all the time. I got them to clarify the radio stations I remembered. For anybody that knows Power 93 and Q105, then, there you go. Yes, he was mistaken all that time. OG Sean White, thank you so much for the super chat as well. He gifted a handful of memberships. He's going to be up in another moment here. Benny Boy is a longtime friend as well. They recently changed up the channel, but thank you for that super chat. I'm going to make sure your channel goes up right after OG Sean White. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and thank you for the extra gifted membership as well. Hunting and Stuff with J&J, we'll be happy to have that. They just came in. Sailing Cook George is here from Toronto, so good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Another fellow Canadian. And Blonde Traveling Gypsy has come in as well. Forgive me if I'm missing anybody. I'll catch up with the chat again in another few moments. And Mr. Fulton Mraz, happy birthday again. I hope everybody in the chat will wish him a happy birthday. And we see him pretty often here in Tuberchat. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then thank you, Nikki Silver Stacker. Yeah, hopefully you're doing okay then. You know, we often talk about the idea of taking a break. We don't encourage it, but we just say when you have to, life gets in the way for everybody at some point, right? As long as we get back at it, the momentum eventually builds back, and it really doesn't take that long, especially now that we have a community like this that can start bombarding each other with support, especially when we know we need it the most, is what I would like to think, at least, if that makes any sense. And then OG Sean White, this creator is out there hustling every single day, and I love talking about stories like this. This creator only posts videos occasionally. They do a lot of shout outs for other creators, as a matter of fact. I should take their latest video. I haven't seen that one because I'm not sure if that's ironic or not when you say your special troll, so I'm not sure about that. Maybe I'll skip that one. You can let me know, Sean, if you're able to still listen. He might not be able to listen, but I'm not sure if that's an ironic joke or if that's actually a troll. And then we've got some more winter weather. I talked about this. Duncan, I heard, might be coming to Canada. I don't know if there's truth in that, but I keep seeing post after post after post on Facebook, maybe Instagram, I forget where else. So we'll see. I'll be the first one in the door to give it a try if they come. And then this creator's gotten into 21,000 views on a couple of these shorts, which is great to see. Now, here's where the magic happens on this channel. Sean, I'm surprised Sean's not live right this second. This creator live streams every single day. And when I mentioned the idea of, I like to tell stories like this, OG Sean White is out there doing DoorDash. Most of us know what that's like. Many people call it gig work, right? There's driving, there's Uber Eats, there's Lyft, there's Grab, there's all these different apps all over the world that do a similar thing. But there's much more gig work out there. Many people have heard of sites like Upwork or Fiverr or GigWalk. You can get paid to do people's laundry, pick up their mail, walk their dog. There's a million different things that people can do. Many I probably haven't even heard of myself. And, I try to stay up to date with some of this stuff. But gig work, we're in like the gig economy, a lot of people will say. What I love, and the part of the story that I'm trying desperately to get to, is the idea that you can live stream while you do this. One of the fastest growing channels I've seen in the Superchat family is a channel called Destined to Recover. Some of you know her, and she is an Amazon dispatcher who's lucky enough to be able to stream her entire shift every single day. Then she goes home and plays video games. Still, she's on every day. Her channel is just skyrocketing. OG Sean White, you go in there, the chat is wild. He's got people in there, not just other DoorDashers and Uber Eats drivers and things like that, although they're in there as well, giving each other tips and tricks. OG Sean White shares his deliveries with us, shares how the day's going, shares how the week's going, and he's constantly hustling. This creator is so full of gratitude, it's nothing but heartwarming. Every time I'm in there, he's thanking somebody for something. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. You'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. I catch him for live streams frequently. I caught him the other day, the day before that, a few days before that, because he's on so frequently. And you see these live streams, they don't just go for 8 or 9 hours. Sometimes he breaks the stream and then comes back for another several hours. So you get an idea of what I mean. This creator's hustling, and sharing all of the finance with us all the time so that everybody can understand what's involved, what it takes, and whether they could do it or not, because a lot of people might consider it. So hopefully everybody will connect with OG Sean White. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Again, you don't have to do that every time. I know we've got some friends who are really kind of blessing this channel a little bit over and above, or a lot of over and above. It's absolutely unnecessary, even though, always appreciated. But OG Sean White has done this a million times already, if not a billion. There you go. So, today you're beat after a $327 day. No doubt. I'm in Canada, so that works out to more than $400 for us, I think. And then One Man, One Machine is in the house. That's actually a friend of mine from work. He came in with another account the other day, but he's working on YouTube channels. I've actually come to know him over the last year and know that he has done a lot of video editing in the past. So likely punching up a kind of a side hustle channel where he does kind of like gig work, where for different people and for himself as well. And then, there's an app where somebody will do your laundry. If you can get to the app before the robots come and start doing our laundry for us, there certainly is. So GigWalk, I'm going to type it in the chat for everybody. GigWalk. I haven't looked at it in a while, so forgive me if it's changed or anything. But GigWalk is one. Fiverr is one where a lot of people will hire people for a lot of artistic things, like graphic design or music and thumbnails. So everybody here, I'm not telling you about these sites because you can go and pay to get things done. I'm talking about them because you can go and get paid to do things if you want to. Not everybody likes to make thumbnails. Not everybody likes to do SEO and tags. Not everybody wants to follow all the social networks and do all the things we need to do to cross-promote there. But if you're somebody who does enjoy those things, you can get paid to do that. For my first 7 years on YouTube, I was running channels for other people. I don't right now. Right this second, I'm only running my own. But while I was doing that, if you can imagine, half of my full-time job was doing either websites or Amazon or eBay or YouTube and things like that. So it gives you an idea of how much money that must have been. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff is out there if anybody wants to do that. One Man, One Machine is the creator that I'm talking about, Michael's Adventures. And then Greenland Quilter Katie's coming in. She's dropping a membership as well. She's on her way to, did you say Denmark? Am I going to make a mistake when I say that? I think she's going to Denmark next month. Forgive me if I'm wrong, and please correct me. But yeah, One Man, One Machine. Patty Fish, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Henry Leslie Vermont, obviously, is a longtime friend. I run into Henry Leslie Vermont pretty much every day, supporting other people. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting's here frequently with us, almost every stream lately, too, and I appreciate that. That's a friend of a couple years. And then One Man, One Machine. So thank you for that. I'm always good. Hopefully you are too. We work together every day, so we pretty much know already. And then Benny Boy is coming up in another second here. And there you go. Yes, Denmark next month, says Greenland Quilter Katie. And she's already promised she's going to have a lot of content over there as well. So Benny Boy is coming up. They dropped a super chat a little while ago. OG Sean White's been dropping gifted memberships and super chats and all kinds of stuff today, so thank you for that. And then hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat. We're going to take a break just for a few minutes, and then we're going to come right back. Right before we go for 3.5 minutes, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series. This is a really special story. This channel had a video that unexpectedly surged to 2 million views, if you can imagine that. And you can hear Rob from Curmudgeon, Alaska talk about getting their channel far beyond 10,000 subscribers. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you.
Yeah.
You know, your channel, it started growing a little bit. And then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit our 1,000 subs. Okay. And then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know, so it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours. So we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the wintertime. And I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. You know, we've never done a shopping thing or anything like that. And I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well. That's good. We did it. The only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices. And honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here. And I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. You know, and I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And
I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Absolutely, yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
You know, was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? You know, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah. Wow. So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. All right, we're just about back. Yeah, actually, you're giving me a chance to whine and complain for a second, which, I love to do. But today, started out as just a miserable day. I know you've probably never seen that from me. A couple of people here have heard me snap once or twice or get close to it. But yeah, today did not start out like my favorite day, literally just punching left and right. But things worked out fine. And as you can see, I'm all happy-go-lucky as I always am. But thank goodness for a community where everybody literally has each other to, it's not going to be very long for anybody here in between comments on your YouTube videos from some of your friends. So even if you're having a down day, I would recommend anybody just go catch up with your comments, because, you might get a troll or something to make things worse now that I think about it. But you also might, luckily, have a couple of friends that'll say positive things. And I really appreciate all the positivity that everybody shares here. But the things I see people doing for each other as well, whether it's community posts or whether it's talking on the other social networks or just liking and commenting on each other's different things. Globies Travel, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. I don't mention it often enough, but we've got another couple of places where everybody can share their videos. If you happen to use Reddit, most of you have seen me share things on Reddit because I do it all the time. It's just because it's fast and easy. It's just another social network, but it has great search, and our stuff can get caught in their algorithm and turn into a couple of views. Every view matters, right? Every minute matters when we're thinking about watch time and things like that. So there's a subreddit, of course, called Superchat. Anybody can post any video in there. And then there's a Facebook group as well that anybody can jump in, and you can post your videos there. The hope is that they'll come up in people's feeds. It's tiny little trickles of traffic, right? You're not expecting I'm going to get 100 views because I put it on Facebook or anything like that. But just all these little views here and there building up over time. 2 becomes 3, 3 becomes 5, 5 becomes 9, and it keeps going, right? And eventually we get a bit of momentum on all the different social networks. So hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I say that a million times. Handcrafted by Jackie came in, and Globies Travel are both here. I'm going to put them on the wheel. Then we'll get talking about Benny Boy. This creator dropped a super chat again. They've done that a million times over the years. They've actually been a friend with us for many years. Some of you will recognize the banner on the channel, and maybe the creator as well. But the channel's gone through a bit of a change over the last little while. What they're best known for is a lot of coming out stories and a lot of celebrity shout outs. Birthdays, anniversaries, things like that. So if we look at all the videos, you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about here. I'm going to grab one of the latest videos. I'll take this one that's over 3 minutes, because when we're connecting with creators, we're always looking for videos over 3 minutes if possible. It's not that there's a right or wrong way to connect. We've just been doing the same thing literally for 6 years in a row because we know it works. Every time you see me put a channel on the screen, if they've been here before, you know that I'm always subscribed. It's rare that YouTube takes a subscription from me, and I'm doing everything exactly the way we talk about, the way our moderators do, the way all of our longtime friends do. So 3-minute videos is what we're aiming for. This creator's got a lot of shorts as well at 8,000 and 10,000 views, and then they got live streams on the channel. Also, they did one a few days ago. I caught them earlier that day, and they seem to be doing these fairly frequently lately, a couple times a week, so maybe they'll keep that up. We got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. That gives us the best chance of catching each other's content. And what I'm going to do right now is get Greenland Quilter Katie ready to go. But thank you again, Benny Boy, if you're still listening, for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Like I said, they've done things like that a million times before. And then some of my stuff doesn't register, actually. When you see me looking off into space here, it's because I'm looking at another monitor. And yeah, Benny Boy gifted a membership as well, so thank you for that. And then OG Sean White just hammering us with super chats today. Absolutely unnecessary. I know I say it a million times. And then Greenland Quilter Katie with a gifted membership again, which she's done a million times before. So let's see what she's got going on. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here, Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And if One Man One Machine is still listening, I actually came up with a trick today. We were talking about Tim Hortons. I mentioned Dunkin' earlier, right? Dunkin' Donuts. Everybody loves Dunkin', right? But they might be coming to Canada. Tim Hortons, though, is known for a few different things, but one of them, we call it an ice cap, right? An iced cappuccino, I believe. And it's just a nice coffee kind of thing, but looks more like a slushie. I wouldn't know how to make one, but I know how to drink them. And I don't have them often. My friend One Man One Machine likes them probably much more than me. I like them as much as anybody, but I think they're more of a fan, let's just say. But when we were talking today, I was describing the idea that when I do these live streams, you know, I'm talking for 3 hours straight. Sometimes I'm screaming at the camera, and I don't mean to do it. I try to remind myself not to do it, but this is why my voice starts to sound scratchy. This is why we only do streamers, so I don't lose my voice again. I've lost it for weeks before. So often what I do is I'll have either coffee beside me or a cup of soup, for those of you who've ever had those, or a hot chocolate or something to warm the throat, let's just say. And I'm just going into story time here, but giving you an idea of what can help if you find yourself in the same situation. And then sometimes I use it as an excuse to eat ice cream, or in today's case, have an ice cap, because a little bit of cold, a little bit of warm seems to help. It's not medical advice, I don't know. And then One Man One Machine, yeah, we were talking about that today. And then Mike's Adventure Sparks, thank you for the highlighted milestone message. You'll notice those actually knock life off of the stream boss as well, so that's a nice trick. But everybody who gets everybody who's a member on any channel where the stuff is enabled, which it's enabled by default, you get one of those highlighted milestone messages every month. And it's cool because it flips through the chat like a super chat, but it's colored green, letting people know obviously you're a member, but it's free, right? For people who are generally paying members on channels, or even if you have a gifted membership, I think. 7 Minutes with Cheryl, good to see you in the house. And then, yeah, Henry Leslie, Vermont, if they're able to hop up into Canada. Like, we had a holiday on Monday here, a week before our friends in the United States are celebrating Memorial Day. We have Victoria Day, it's called Queen Victoria Day, let's say. And many of our friends would have, many friends who are right up by the border, let's say upstate New York, or, you know, Vermont, or anywhere like over there, maybe Maine, if I'm not mistaken, and things like that, might have hopped up over the border. I'm in Niagara Falls, and yeah, it was super busy. And then Mike's Adventure Sparks, thank you for that. Blonde Traveling Gypsy also for a highlighted milestone message. And Greenland Quilter Katie's up here right now. So again, she gifted a membership. She's done that a million times before. This creator's heading to Denmark in a few weeks, and she's already promised. I asked her. I'm lucky enough to talk to her in the background. I talk to many creators on the other social networks. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. Anybody can reach out anytime, because I love talking YouTube. It doesn't stop before and after the streams, let's just say. But Greenland Quilter Katie let me know she's expecting to bring us a lot of content, either while she's there and probably after she's there as well. So we have that to look forward to. This creator otherwise has a podcast on her channel that's been going for as long as I can remember. She's been with us a little over a year and a half now, I think, right? I'm trying to keep track, but I think it's over a year and a half now, close to it. And this creator, though, brings a few different ideas. She's thinking about different ideas for the audience. So over Christmas last year, she did a special series. When she first started coming into the Tuber Chat channel, I started to see these videos. These are the first ones I was watching from her. Beautiful water-based views around Greenland, mountain views, icebergs, glaciers, things we might expect. And shorts continue that, where she's got even more outdoor footage, bringing us more beautiful views around Greenland. Some of the shorts obviously have really done very well, and then live streams on the channel, and she's live all the time. So Not quite every day, but every few days I'm just setting notifications for these. Now, I had another thought the other day. So this is going to be upsetting probably to a couple of people. And I've been saying for the longest time that I am a fan of posting as many videos or streams as far in advance as possible. If you're able to set them months in advance, I've been known to do that. Recently, in a conversation with Claude, I was talking about this and uploading some analytics and stuff like that. And it was saying it might not be the best idea to post things more than a week in advance. And it said because the attention that some of the thumbnails might be getting are taking away from the ones that are more current. Now, I don't know if that's true. One of the things we have to think about when we're using AI systems, Claude is just like Gemini or ChatGPT. They're all a little bit different. They all have different features, but Claude's the one I use every day and pay for now. But these ones here, we can't take every single thing that they say as like gospel, let's just say. You don't want to just follow every single instruction. The number one reason why I feel this way, first of all, I'm using AI every day. Every single day, I'm learning as much as I can. I watch a few AI videos. I watch a few crypto videos, like, you know, that are outside the Superchat family because I want to stay up on this stuff, but I use it as well. First of all, it always seems to need a human's help. It can't just do it by itself. It can do a lot by itself, but it still needs the 1 to 5% to 10% from a human. But the other thing is, what AI is not going to be able to do, at least not now and not soon, is understand why we do the things that we do. Because for somebody like me, I'm over 50 years old now, right? It would take me 50 years to make you understand why I speak the way I do, why I chose to have an ice cap today, why I decided to put this t-shirt on today. Every single decision that we make is a lifetime of little moments that define us, right? And make us have our reasons for if that makes any sense. I know I'm like going off on a tangent, but hopefully the point is coming across. The AI can't do that. It can't understand why. So for instance, in my AI conversation the other day, Claude said, oh, well, Fridays are when we think about revenue on TuberChat. It's the least day of the 7. So it says maybe you should set a schedule and not do Fridays when it's possible. But what Claude can't understand, no matter how many ways I'm going to explain it, is I'm not doing it for me. Any other creator, yes, you want to maximize revenue. You want to do what's best for your channel, right? But it's up to you to decide, and Claude can't understand why would you continue to do that when I just told you that it's not as good, because it doesn't understand what's best for the channel, what's best for this community. We can try to help it understand, but it's not there yet, and I don't think it's going to be there very soon. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, the way I'm describing it, but, you know, I'm talking about AI every day now. I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, we're all going to lose our jobs and everything, but I don't think so. Jeff Bezos from Amazon just did a video with, I don't know who he was being interviewed by, I forget. I just watched it literally before TuberChat today. It's 4 minutes. And he talks about the fact that it's probably going to be the opposite. So I'm hoping everybody's experimenting with it so you can understand what AI is capable of. Because it can assist us with our YouTube channels, if that makes any sense. But again, it can't feel the why. That's the thing. Even if you can almost make it understand, it can't feel it. Jen Palazzo, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. The real Martin Miller still with us. And then Greenland Quilter Katie's going to make some more outdoor footage as well. Mona Did What is in the house. They did a collaboration the other day where they did kind of a raid parade idea. 3 of them went live. It was past my bedtime for the last one. I think that one started at 10 p.m., so forgive me for missing that one. But I did catch Mona, and I did catch Greenland Quilter Katie the other day. Red Hot Entertainments, good to see you in the house. That's Steve from the UK. He's been a friend of ours almost from the beginning. I think he's been with us about 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. And then, I know I just missed another channel. I don't mean to miss anybody, of course. Cruising Chris M, thank you for the highlighted milestone message and keeping that membership going. Stash Cash YouTube, good to see you in the house. Thanks for the positivity. Triple play is what they called it. There you go, from Greenland Quilter Katie. Yeah, it does. It can't feel. So thank you for that. 7 minutes with Cheryl, because you're kind of solidifying the point, and I certainly appreciate that. I speak so fast that I trip over, even my own sentences sometimes. I make as many mistakes as anybody. I certainly don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel. I know it probably sounds like that sometimes just because I'm speaking so fast. That's my excuse, trying to get through conversations way too quickly. But, the idea is we all bring our opinions and our experience together here. We can discuss everything, and then everybody can make better decisions for their channels and their videos, myself included. I constantly strive to improve. Even the other day, I made a mistake again. I make mistakes all the time. You see it here in Tuber Chat, but even on my personal channel, I went out for an outdoor live stream again. And setting up the stream, you have a choice to set the orientation when you're in the YouTube mobile app. So many of you might have known I used to use Streamlabs for that all the time, but I've been using just the YouTube app itself to go live for the last long while. I recently upgraded my phone to a 17E from Apple, but I insist that while I was setting up, I made a point to make it horizontal. But when it was time to start, it said, no, you got to turn your phone again. And I'm like, my goodness, what did I miss while I was doing this, right? But this is an example of myself, like I said, just being, in the YouTube streets, in the trenches, I'd like to think. And I promise you, making as many mistakes as anybody. Yeah, we've always, there's been so many times in history where people have said the machines are going to take our jobs, right? The Industrial Revolution was part of it. Think about photographers today, right? You think like all photographers are going to lose their jobs because every single person that can be connected to the internet, and some who aren't, have cameras in our pockets every day, right? That are better than any of the DSLR cameras would have been 10 years ago, that were already fantastic, but there's still photographers being hired for weddings and events and parties and everything else. This happens with everything. Computers come out, everybody thinks our jobs are going to go. The internet comes out, everybody thinks our jobs are going to go. We're working harder than we ever did. That seems to be the case. And thank you, Henry Leslie, Vermont. Yeah, they were there for the walk around the other day. And then thank you, Sarah Presswood. I'm always happy to catch you live. She always does a good job. Keto Simple, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then forgive me because I get on these tangents and... pardon me. We're about to look at John the Reseller. John Lucas, 72 in the chat. They might be out already, but they did say goodbye before they hopped out of the chat. But this creator I know has spent a lot of time here in the streams lately and hasn't always had the chance to be on the screen. So I wanted to make sure I didn't clean out the wheel too bad just yet, but we'll do that soon. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. If I say Samori the Green Witch, is that the right way to pronounce that name? It's great to have you here for the first time, so forgive me if I'm mistaken. I'd love to pronounce everybody's channel names the way they want them pronounced, so please don't be shy. If I'm saying anybody's channel name wrong, just please let me know, and I'll try to make sure I get that right. I want to promote everybody the way they want to be promoted. There you go, yeah. Dustin from Keto Simple says the printing press, tractors, So many different things cause us to think all our jobs are going to go away. But I promise you, every day I'm on AI using Claude, or especially Claude Code, for those of you who want to know what on earth I'm even talking about, which is just a deeper version of Claude. They all have this, right? And I'm telling you, I can't get it to do anything that I want without a lot of interaction from me. Now, I'm going to be able to get it to do things that used to take 2 hours, it could do it in 1 minute. Or things that used to take weeks, it could do like your whole personal finances for you. Just throw everything into a folder on your computer and it sorts it out. It reads all the receipts, it reads all the bank statements, does everything, but the information is yours, which is incredible. But the point that I mean to make is just to say that it can take what would have taken me hours as a minimum to work out monthly finances or whatever, does it in seconds. Literally. You might want to verify, but it's so good you almost don't even have to. And then, the Feral Grandma. Some people will remember I was literally working on New Year's Eve of the year 2000, Y2K, right, as we like to call it. And everybody was wondering, like, is the power going to go out at midnight? And obviously it didn't happen. John the Reseller is John Lucas here. So this is a channel I'm still getting to know, but this creator's got some shorts on the channel right away that we can look at, getting into 6,000 views, 11,000 on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So this creator's doing a lot of live auction style sales, and you recognize some of the other creators that they're collaborating with here, Steph and Mr. Steph, obviously. But this creator is bringing something that has now become so popular that a new platform emerged and is getting popular as well. Some of you have heard of Whatnot. That is another app now where people do live auction style sales. Some of our friends have been doing this stuff for years on YouTube, and it's cool because you can be in the chat. They're putting things on the screen, letting everybody in the chat bid on them live, and then you work out the shipping and all that stuff afterwards, which is really cool. Butler Family Farm still in the house with long over 3 years of membership, but they've been with us for at least 4 years, probably longer, much longer than that, I think. And then Alec Marcus Glasgow is in the house. Most of you know it's me, Alec. He's got a handful of channels. And then Butler Family Farm grabbed the Stream Boss position there with the highlighted milestone message. So that's a nice trick, yes, because highlighted milestone messages are a free bonus for members. I know I mentioned that earlier, but you see how they took over the Stream Boss position. Now they get some extra exposure for their channel. Samari the Green Witch. So it is basically how active everybody is in the chat determines who gets on the wheel and when. I have ChatBot called Streamlabs that also has statistics in the background, and if I refresh this page you'll get an idea of how this is working, right? So it's not just how long you're here. Somehow this thing has an arbitrary way of calculating a mix of how many messages are in the chat. Please don't spam anybody. That's not going to help because I'm going to notice, right? But it does have to do with how long you're here. What happens is you see like Scratch and PPA, Just Jason Keto, Rushing Wind Mountain, Stephen Wire, the Nichols 13, Mac Movement, all the usual suspects are up at the top of the list here because they've been most active in the chat. And as I read those names, you're like, yeah, they actually have been talking a lot, right? So we're here for 3 hours. It's very possible for somebody to be here for a half an hour and get on the wheel faster than somebody who's been here for 2 hours, because of how much they're interacting in the chat. The best way to make it happen is with true conversation. We're trying to fuse friendships here, right? And if that's all you're trying to do, I promise you it works out better than anything else. So the speech is not just for our new friend in the chat. It's for everybody, of course, because I don't talk about it enough. But that's essentially how the wheel works, except I put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat, and super chatters and membership gifters get put onto the screen in order as soon as those things happen. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I don't think I said hello to Exploradora80 yet, but they're in the chat. They just picked up one of those gifted memberships from Blonde Traveling Gypsy, and this creator's done that kind of thing again and again. Mac movement, yes. That's you know, when I'm talking to Kristen Welton outside of the chat here, right? We're together in Niagara Falls. Most of you know her, but the conversation doesn't stop. So when I'm describing to her the conversations I have, I'm like, boy, can I talk. My father used to get after my sister for talking so much when we were kids, but I have a feeling I used to outdo that. And it doesn't stop when we're off YouTube either, if you can imagine. Yeah, we did. Oh, Nicole Ray. Yeah, we didn't have it quite that bad in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. We got that storm. It was wild and crazy for 5 to 10 minutes. Looked like a hurricane to me out the window. Dangerous. We got warnings on our phones and everything like that. But apparently it didn't do too much damage. I heard that a couple hours away from us, Jason might know because he's in the area, but a couple hours away from us might have got a bit of damage from a tornado. Oh, I'm not sure if I know that name. As an actor, I don't know as many actors as a lot of people do from either television or movies. I do if they're from the 90s or the 80s and things like that, but I don't do a great job of keeping up. But that's really cool. Yeah, it's interesting how, luckily we have this community that helps to give a channel a solid and strong foundation. And it's not necessary. I mean, anybody can start a channel, put out quality videos, and eventually the channel will start to grow if you're putting out a video a week. But it's, I have a guy in Niagara Falls, a real estate agent that puts out videos. They're overproduced in my opinion, but well done at the same time. And the guy gets a fraction of the videos that most of the people here do. It's shocking, but if you go out and try to reach out to some people in like that, Dustin's obviously met this creator already and knows them. But when, you get those emails every day about, I've seen your content on your YouTube channel. It's great, but you need more views. That's all scam stuff, right? Even the ones that are legit, they're just paying for something that you could have just paid for yourself and charging you 10 times the money or something. Oh, that's cool. Keto Simple. Another great way to grow or help other people is collaborating. My name is Earl. I feel like I know the name of that show, if I'm not mistaken. And then Cleveland. I've been lucky enough to have been through Cleveland a few times. And then Hadgeways, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Yeah, Keto Simple, 50 emails a day. No doubt. I get them all the time. If it looks like a scam, it's probably a scam. It's unfortunate because there's a lot of people out there that would be willing to do good work for each other. But luckily, like I keep saying, we have a community here. There are a lot of people here willing to help each other. Very much more easily verifiable than something you're going to find online, obviously with language barriers and spelling mistakes and AI written and all that kind of stuff. So Blonde Traveling Gypsy's up on the screen. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I almost laugh when I see those emails, especially, many of you know I have many accounts actually, but I have a few channels, right? I have a personal channel. We got the copyright-free music channel as well. But when I get an email for the Tuberchat email or like a message on Instagram or something, I'm like, well, obviously there's no human being that's having a look at this, because looking at a channel like that that's obviously trying to help people with their other channels, or at least that's what it looks like, how can you be going and saying your videos should be getting more views? Kind of silly, you know, not that we get tons of them, but they don't even try is what I'm saying, you know, at least try. And then Tim Mitchell is gifting a handful of memberships. Blonde Travel and Gypsy just did the same thing. Thank you both. They've both done that a million times before already. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. I know all our recipients will be happy to have those memberships. And Nicole Ray, GLP1, look at that. Picked up a gifted membership, and I've got them on the wheel now. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. If they're already in the chat and they pick up a gifted membership, we'll put them on the wheel. Voice of Fair Use, I did put you on the wheel a little while ago, by the way. Yeah, interesting. I'm sure all of us, if you're not already getting those emails, you're going to get them. Just be careful, please, everybody. The scams are getting really, really, really good. Like, really, really good. And I can't remember what the one was I got the other day. I get the Amazon stuff all the time. I get the bank stuff all the time. Oh, it was for, not for the government of Canada, because I'm a Canadian, but it was for the province, saying, oh, we've got a Service Ontario thing, which is where we go for our driver's licenses and many other things or whatever. And I was like, oh my dear goodness. And God forbid all the PayPal ones look real. Demoose Barbecue, good to see you in the house. One of the things they tell people in the crypto world, because you can imagine crypto's got as many scams as anybody, probably more, right? But what a lot of people say is if you're going to do something in crypto, you want to go to the company's website or go somewhere that's an authority so that you can link to the proper thing. Don't click links in emails, right? I almost never do. Like if I've got a lot of things I trust, but if there's anything even questionable, I just type the website in and go to it instead of clicking on links, because a simple mistake, like a spelling mistake, like using a number 1 instead of a, not capital, but small L, let's just say, is easy enough to get somebody. Or we all know the zeros and the O's, and things, and people can change the language of a single character just to trick you. So we have to be careful. Yeah, and there you go, Keto Simple. Yeah, most of us are using apps, I think, for our banking and things like that lately, depending on what country we're in. Oh, Eddie Garraza. Yeah, we've got plenty of friends here that do streaming marathons and things like that. Oh, and yeah, Exploradora 80, you do go onto the spinny wheel. You certainly do. Members and moderators get added right away. Yeah, anybody can ask. I hope everybody will try to read the list and see if you're on there. If you know you're supposed to be on the wheel. But otherwise, we'll sort that out if I make a mistake and forget. Like I see Ace Flaw 1 coming in. We'll get Andy on the wheel. He's been a friend for about 7 years as well, if you can imagine. And then we did see a brand new channel come in. I think Maker's Folly might be brand new with us, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. Forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. If you've been here before, I make mistakes all the time. So let's talk about Blonde Travel and Gypsy, and then we're going to look at Tim Mitchell. And like I said, these creators have dropped gifted memberships in the chat, a handful each. I certainly do appreciate that. I know the recipients will be happy to have them. When we look at Blonde Travel and Gypsy, they're posting quite a bit of content. They've been dropping a video almost every day lately, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to take the longer of your 2 videos here, just because it's 8 minutes. Every minute matters when we're thinking about watch time, right? And then let's have a look. They've got information on their About section to let us know what they're doing, but they're bringing us obviously a lot of outdoor content. Then shorts we see on the channel as well. One pot spaghetti sounds like an interesting idea. We've seen this before. 3,800, 5,500, 7,700 views. You get an idea of some of what they're doing here. And then they've got live streams on the channel as well. I've been lucky to have caught at least a couple. Is it only 2 that I've caught so far, maybe? Yeah. but they're doing these fairly frequently. So it looks like daily. As a matter of fact, I didn't realize they stepped that up. It looks like they were doing them quite often, but maybe several times a week, but they've stepped it up to daily over the last few days. So we'll see when they're going to do another one. And then we all love Blondie. There you go. Blonde Traveling Gypsies already got fans in the chat, which is great to know. Exploradora 80's been a long-time friend with us now. I think Exploradora 80. Oh, forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm going to say you've been... I'm not sure if it's been 2 years yet. I think in a year, but I could be wrong, and I make mistakes about that all the time as well. Blonde Traveling Gypsy, though, working on 800 subscribers, and they've done things like this. I keep saying a million times, not a million times yet, but it looks like it's getting there. So thank you for that. Certainly unnecessary. Memberships and super chats here, I really do appreciate them. And these creators, like I said, have done them time and time again. So Blonde Traveling Gypsy, thank you. Tim Mitchell's coming up. He's got a few channels for us to look at right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Tim Mitchell actually produces videos and live streams for a couple of other channels. So this is his own channel. He's here with us for just about every stream, for which I'm grateful. He's working on 500 subscribers. And I don't know if he expected to have like this channel moving so quickly all at once, if that makes any sense. Approaching 500 subscribers already is really what I mean to say, because he's so focused on the other two channels, and I'll show them to you in another moment. Tim Mitchell, though, is bringing us a lot of outdoor footage. This creator as well has shorts on the channel. Some of the dash cam footage is done pretty well. 1,300, 1,500. He's got another couple of outdoor videos at 1,600 and even 1,900 views. I think that one's still getting views. And then live streams on the channel as well. I haven't been able to catch him lately. Tim's usually live on Tuesdays. And he takes us on the road. He does a great job of keeping up with the chat while he's on the road. I have caught him many times before, but he's right smack in the middle of my work day. I'm lucky enough to have a full-time gig, so I do that. Sometimes, if I have a late afternoon and he's got a late afternoon and I got an early day, I can catch him. But hopefully everybody will catch Tim Mitchell for these live streams on Tuesday, same day as Pete's dropping his videos. And then there's the Grove's Bargain Emporium Steph. We just saw her in somebody else's thumbnail. John Lucas, John the Reseller. We saw you and Mr. Steph. So the Grove's Bargain Emporium Steph is dropping another gifted membership. My dear goodness, she's done that kind of thing a million times before as well. So we're going to look at that channel next. Oh, there's Chef Civi right there as well. Tim's foot has healed, so his weekly trips may be short-lived. So he might not be doing the Tuesdays so frequently, but might find another idea for live streams then. Oh, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, I think, put up a new banner. I'm not sure when you put that up, but I'm not sure if it was there 3 days ago. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is Chef Civi's channel. Now, this creator is going to help us navigate the kitchen. She makes interesting meals and dishes, and often in interesting combinations. And I've got a story for that. You'll understand when you look at the colorful wheel here and realize the theme that's happening, but I'll describe it in a second. She also helps us navigate the kitchen by talking about cookware, bakeware, appliances, even giving us product reviews. These creators really do a good job of getting the audience involved in the channel, and I'll describe that in a second as well. So they've got another video here. I've just put that in my catch-up list. That's that fun playlist I keep joking about that helps me keep or get caught up with creators. There's that colorful wheel again. When we look at shorts on this channel, they got a fairly new one that got into 2,200 views here, and they got another one at 2,600, which is great to see. And then Gwen Stacy, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I know Cruz Bolero is in the house as well. Chef Civi, are you doing the thing? Are you doing the thing where you eat the donut in the car, so you don't have to walk in the house and then hope that the evidence is gone? There's nothing for anybody to see. I don't want to say I'm guilty of that ever. Not that you feel like you have to lie or hide things, but you just feel like you should, right? I think is the idea. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official brings us live streams, and these feature the mystery wheel of misfortune. That's the colorful wheel that I keep talking about. You see it in a lot of the thumbnails and things like that. The audience is able to pick ingredients during the live streams that end up on the mystery wheel of misfortune. Chef Civi's going to spin at some point and then come up with really interesting and obscure combinations, and then be pretty much all but forced to make whatever comes up. So when we look at Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, this channel is live every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, except once a month they do a special live stream where they collaborate with another couple of creators, Butler Family Farm in the chat and Devil Dog, who's here with us occasionally as well. They get together and do a cook-along where they're making sugar-free ideas. Usually I consider them desserts. We could call them treats or whatever you want. The next one coming up is sugar-free cinnamon rolls. How they're finding 3 different ways to make sugar-free any of this stuff is amazing to me. But they've done cheesecake, they've done key lime pie, they've done pecan pie, they've done molten lava cake. Like, I don't know how you make this stuff sugar-free, but they're finding different ways to do it and cooking along, which is great to see. And then I'm just going to show you another channel here. So Off Topic Squirrel is the handle, and it's the unofficial official Off Topic Squirrel. This is I'm going to say behind the scenes, but what I mean to say is a complimentary channel where we get a behind the scenes look at Chef Civi. And this creator is going to either take us on different adventures or give us stories to be told. They've got another series of videos that's just started. And then shorts on this channel as well. These have now gotten into 1,200 and 1,500 views. I remember when these channels did not have 1,000 views on their shorts videos, and now they must have a dozen, if not more, between them. Live streams on the channel as well. These happen on the last Saturday of every month. So we got one coming up. Is it this Saturday? I don't know when the calendar falls. Let me see if I can figure this out. Next Saturday, not this week. Next Saturday, on what will be the 30th of May, if I'm not mistaken, is they play Cards Against Humanity on the last Saturday of every month. And you can imagine that the answers, especially if they're going to come from the chat, can get pretty obscure, is probably the best way for me to say it, if not wild. And I've played that game in real life a couple of times, and I've been able to catch them for these live streams as well. So I've been able to hear it firsthand. And then Butler Family Farm says he's lost 13. I didn't know you had 13 pounds to lose, to be honest with you, Jerry. But he says he's lost 13 pounds with some of the sugar-free ideas that they've had. Yeah, thank you, Chef Civi. Yeah. And then Jeremy D-Day's in the house. He's another friend who's been with me for about 7 years. And then thank you again, Chef Civi, Tim Mitchell, and my dear goodness, Blonde Travel and Gypsy, for these gifted memberships again. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support, although it's unnecessary. So what we're going to do, though, the Gross Bargain Emporium Steph is coming up. She just dropped another gifted membership. We'll look at her channel, her husband's channel, when we get back from another break. So we'll go for 3.5 minutes, and we'll come back. I'm going to play another clip from our interview series again. This one's from the latest episode, which features Be Amazing Sylvia. She's been with us from the very beginning. Keto Simple, yes. With a public audience, I can imagine Cards Against Humanity would be fun. And then I feel like I missed another channel coming in. P&J's Homestead Adventure. Good to see you here. I don't mean to miss anybody as long as everybody's still active in the chat. We should get around to saying hello to everybody. And Chef Civi says that the pecan pie was really good, which is great to know, because they've done a few different things. So having sugar-free options for things is certainly likely a great idea in a lot of people's opinions here. And then let's take that break. So we'll watch this clip. We'll go for 3.5 minutes, and then we'll be right back. We use the term family a lot. I noticed you all doing it when I was just starting out. And then, over the years, of course, you use that because it truly feels like that, especially when, you haven't been on for a while. Somebody comes looking for you and notices. That's a good feeling, and we try to do that for other people as well. But these are just examples of how this starts to feel like a family. And you hear me say often, I know Sylvia feels the same way, that we give much more to others than we expect to receive, knowing that we're going to get everything that we want. I mean, Sylvia, when I was first connected to you, and I can't remember now, I don't remember if it was 4 years or 5 years, but it's somewhere around there. And she was obviously already at it. But thinking back to how you must have felt, I don't know how soon you thought you were going to get over 10,000 and now towards 14,000 subscribers, but it must be a great feeling to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed. I feel blessed. I just feel motivated. I feel uplifted. And I'm happy that I can connect with so many amazing supporters. The people who come in and they stick and they stay. Yes, not all almost 14,000 people come over, but I have repeat offenders. And what I mean by repeat offenders,
of course,
I'll see you in my comments on Monday. I'll see you in my comments on Wednesday. See you in my comments on Friday. So you always coming back and you're supporting me. And one thing that I do on my channel, and I think this is a big change and with having so many supporters, when people leave a comment on any video, be it a short, be it a video, be it a live, I'm going to respond back to you to acknowledge you for coming in, thanking you for coming in. And then I go to your channel and I watch something for you. In order to get support on these YouTube streets, you got to give support. You have to give it. Sure. It's $3.99 to go over there and watch a video of somebody and make a comment. You don't know how much you may change their life.
right, we're just about back. If Tim Mitchell's still, he's probably still listening. But if you want to go an hour early, I don't know why I didn't realize this when I had the channel up. But yeah, they got a live stream tonight at 9 o'clock. It was right in front of me, and I didn't realize it. But if you want to go an hour early, we can raid. But that's up to you. You can let me know if you don't mind. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Pardon me. There's a couple channels I didn't say hello to earlier. I know TJ's Destination and Vintage Doll by Joe. I've been here for a while, so forgive me for that. I waved in the chat. Face the Ace is coming in too. So thank you for being here. I don't mean to miss anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Create and Relate is here. Good to have you in the house. And yeah, Cove Action, just let me know if you're still here. I know they said in the chat, thank you for the share. So what I try to do is mix up the love between all kinds of different channels. It's not just members, it's not just moderators. I have a system and kind of a schedule I share every 2 hours or so. I'm going to put Cove Action on the wheel. They had been a silver member for pretty much all the time they've been in the Tuber Chat family, so I can get them on there right now. I'm overdue, actually, for getting another channel on the wheel, so let me look over at my list and see what I can do about that right this second. Mac Movement is going to be added to the wheel right now. And then I did clean up a couple of names from the wheel. I know not everybody can be here, every moment, certainly not for 3 hours, but I just clean up the wheel here and there. Members and moderators will always be re-added when they're in the chat. Exploradora 80, so for what we're doing here, I use Streamlabs Desktop, which was originally built on OBS. It's been a couple of years now, and they broke off and they do their own thing now. Most of the stuff works the same way. It was built almost identically. I use Streamlabs because the features are easier to add, let's just say. And there's a scheduling feature for your live stream, so you don't have to think about stream keys and things like this. And I love that feature. It's fully worth it just for that one thing, if nothing else. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So Mac Movement, I think I said I was just adding on to the wheel. And we'll start moving a little bit faster now, I'm sure, through channels. So again, I don't mean to miss anybody. Jesse Journals and Unboxes, I don't think I said hello, but I did see you come in a while ago. I did put you on the wheel. And then the Gross Bargain Emporium, Steph, is up on the screen right now. So this creator does a little bit more of what we were talking about with John the Reseller's channel earlier. We actually saw a couple of thumbnails where they were collaborating, which is great to know. Shorts on this channel first, though, have gotten into 1,200 views, 1,300 on one. Live streams, this is where the magic happens over here. So you see they set a lot of live streams in advance. I'm making sure I got notifications on for those. Most of the thumbnails here, I mean, Steph might be collaborating with different people, but there's Steph and Mr. Steph right there. And I'm lucky enough to catch them for live streams frequently. I always tell stories of creators where I think it's extra special when we have support from true, offline family and friends, if that makes sense. Pardon me, one of the biggest complaints I've gotten on YouTube over the last 9 years, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online who are willing to do it easily? And I think it makes it that much more extra special when we do have things like this. It could be a husband and wife combo. It could be cousins. It could be brothers and sisters. It could be in real life friends. It could be, any of that stuff. I'm lucky. My family's very supportive. Some of them have already done videos with me. At some point, I'm sure I will have been through just about everybody in my immediate family doing videos together or more content as time goes on. But they've given me a lot of different things to use in my videos. I got something I got to do a review of, actually. I found out that this company recently got bought by, I forget what it's called, Best Fun or something like that. Got bought by the company that makes the video arcade games, 1UP. our arcade 1-up or something like that. But they make these handheld Pac-Man games and a bunch of others as well. I got to unbox that thing. They gave it to me months ago. And they've done that kind of thing many times before. You notice I get quiet when I say the things I don't really want anybody to remember. But they have been incredibly supportive to me. But I know not everybody has that kind of support all the time. So that's why I put so much focus on it. You're right, Covaction. The YouTube journey is certainly not easy. I try not to say that, it's easy at any time. It has gotten easier, if that's fair to say, over the last many years. Took me 6 months to get the first 100 subscribers on the first channel I ever ran. And it was for somebody else. It was like, not just me doing it, but we've come a long way from there. Hannah Rebecca, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I know she'll be willing to swap playlists. So the Gross Bargain Emporium Steph, I talked about her and her husband here. We'll look at Mr. Steph's channel in a quick second. These creators I've been lucky enough to catch for live streams at least a dozen times. And what they're doing are live auction style sales. I talked about this earlier with John the Reseller, where they put items up on the screen. Anybody can bid live during the chat, and then they work out shipping and all that stuff afterwards, which is kind of cool. And they've been doing this for a long time. The Gross Bargain Emporium Stuff, I can't even keep track of how long this creator's been with us. It's a minimum of a couple of years. I'm really going to embarrass myself with this channel if it's not much more than that and I'm mistaken. So just please be patient with me. Forgive me if I'm wrong, because sometimes I make mistakes and I've been caught many times with that. But the reason why I mention it is because I just want everybody here to understand, especially people who haven't been with us many times before, you are literally meeting people today who will be following you and supporting you, and hopefully you'll be supporting them equally. But you know what I mean? Years into the future, there are a lot of creators here who do exactly what I talk about, with the very simple idea of giving much more than they expect to receive. I'll give you 2 examples because I was thinking about these creators today. Scratch and PPA is an obvious example, and it's not that I'm playing favorites. It's easy to tell the story. Scratch and PPA has been doing his Scratch Challenge series of videos for well beyond 5 years now. Soon I'm going to have to say 5.5 years. He's been connected to me for probably 6 years now, maybe a little bit longer. I'm uncertain. We'd have to calculate it back. It doesn't matter. It's years, right? Scratch and PPA typically puts out 1 video per week. That video is usually somewhere between, let's say, 15 and 20 minutes max with a long intro, right? That's all that I can support him with ever, no matter what I do, because that's all he puts out. Superchat live streams 9 hours a week, and he's been with us for years. He's been here for almost every stream ever since finding us. I'm not kidding when I say it's probably 900 of them, right? He supports every single thing I do on every single channel that I touch. For why I am so blessed, I don't know. I literally have conversations with God over this all the time. But the idea is that he knows it is impossible, even if he stopped supporting me at all and I supported him for the rest of my life, it still wouldn't equal out to what he's already done. And I'm just talking about me and us with this channel, a little bit more as well. But it goes to show that that kind of generosity is out there. I'm just taking advantage of the situation, being able to say, like, look, I've got an example for you. Another one is Butler Family Farm. Butler Family Farm goes live on Monday nights, and Jerry and Susan, Jerry tries to be here for every live stream, no matter what he's doing, even if he's moderating for other people, even if he's watching other things, whether he's driving, whether he's on the road, anywhere at all. And he knows, though, our schedule here, we don't really have one. We're just on every 3 days or whatever. So when I crash into him, I crash into him. When I can't be there, I'm just not there. He still does it anyway. And all of our moderators act like this. Most of our friends here do this kind of thing. They support so much more than anybody, not just me, would be able to return. and they do it anyway. Now, I like to think I do as much as I can, literally on YouTube every waking hour. If I'm not working or eating or out of the house, I'm on YouTube, right? And bouncing in between premieres, live streams, running playlists, and everything else. But there's only so much we can do. There's 6,700 channels for us to support now. And I subscribe to all of them and maybe more, right? We all know this is true. But what I'm saying is these creators do it anyway. It's fine that I get to take advantage and tell the story now. That's easy for me, right? But the support that these creators have given, and dozens, hundreds, literally now getting into thousands of creators, so much more, it's absolutely true. It's not a religious thing. I know I said I have conversations with God. I know sometimes it might sound that way. I used the word blessed today. It's not that. I just believe that it's true. When you give much more than you expect to receive, then you will eventually get everything you want out of YouTube. You know, it has to be within reason. It takes a little bit of time to build up and this and that. I didn't expect Superchat would be at the level that it's at, or certainly not for as long as it's been. When I started, I didn't know what to expect. I'd already been on YouTube a couple of years, but this is magical. You know what I mean? This is unbelievable. And hopefully everybody's enjoying it, but forgive me because I go on tangents when I talk about this stuff. And then, thank you, Nicole Ray. Yes, create and relate. It is absolutely true, and it's a lot of work, right? And so I don't know how I got into the speech. I think I was talking about the idea of YouTube not being easy, because Kovacian mentioned that, right? It's certainly not easy. It's more work than all of us thought it was going to be. I'm sure everybody feels that way, right? But hopefully the positivity on YouTube, or the positive things, outweigh the negative. It's got its dark side and all that. Luckily now we have a community to help each other through those kinds of things as well. Yeah, Hannah Rebecca knows me too well for story time. And everybody here. And then how about those silent lives? So here's the thing. I think about that too, Jem Palazzo, and thanks for asking. So I talk often about unattended live streams, and lots of creators are doing this. It's a way to chase watch hours. And a long time ago, a lot of people used to literally do silent streams. They just put the screen on blank with nothing on it. And YouTube, I think, got after everybody for that. So now people are kind of putting content. YouTube really doesn't want us flooding the system with things that are not content, and you know, a lot of people have been demonetized for reuse and things like that. However, on our copyright free music channel, I have run 24-hour streams, or virtual 24-hour live streams that have been primarily unattended. Now, we always have friends helping. We always have moderators that jump in and out of there as often as they can. But I was thinking about this lately. There has been a large unattended aspect to that. I keep thinking about the idea of putting that channel back on 24 hours a day, or a virtual 24-hour live stream. But then again, I also think about whether that's, you know, beneficial or not, because, you know, what are we really gaining out of an audience if they have to only communicate with each other, 1 or 2 or 3 people at a time, you know, kind of thing. So these are just ideas, the struggles we all go through, thinking about whether we should do things or shouldn't do things. And, you know, we just have the right decisions to try to come up with, if that makes any sense. And we could change our mind a million times. That's one of the things I love about YouTube. You might wonder, why did this guy who goes on and on and on about, oh, Kevin's been in social media for 30 years and, you know, all this stuff, why do you do this then? Because I've never seen something like this in all of my life, where so many people are willing to help each other. Plus, all of the work we do today helps the work we did yesterday and the work we're going to do tomorrow at the same time. It literally is magic if you think about it. Jody Genealogy, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I promise I'm going to get back to channels in 2 seconds here. So if there's anything anybody needed me to clarify, just let me know. When I talk about unattended live streams, I mean, I know people do that to chase watch hours, which is fine. We just, when we're putting content out, we have to consider the long-term aspect of what we're doing. And then Mark the Shark, I have a story for you. I'm so glad that you're here. Your hat, much love and aloha. I hope you'll go over and look at one of my latest thumbnails, because a week ago, I did a live stream. There's another creator, I don't know whether you know him or not, 321 John Baptist Canada. He's here occasionally, but he's in Niagara Falls. He streams every day. And I went to stream snipe him, and we ended up hanging around together for a while, and I did a stream also. But I was wearing your hat the whole time because my hair's a disaster right now. It's always been a disaster, but now it's even worse because I'm trying to grow it. I want to do an official comb over, and I'm not quite there yet. I'm lucky enough to be able to do it, but it's going to take months. So I was wearing your hat for my live stream the other day, and I'm sure people got a kick out of that. But hopefully Mark the Shark caught what I was saying there. He sent over a couple of these beautiful hats, and forgive me, I said I'll get back to channels, which I will, but look at these beautiful things. What a generous thing to have done. One of them says much love and aloha, which is what he uses as a greeting, and then Mark the Shark, the name of the channel. He's been with us for probably 5 years, or 4 at least. I think it's 5 years now, actually. Yeah, the green screen thing, one of these days I'll change it. So, extra screen time for the Gross Bargain Emporium stuff. We're going to look at Mr. Stuff 101. And this is her husband's channel. So I'm unsure about what he's going to bring, but he's got plenty of shorts here for us to see to get us started. Looks like at least one furry friend to share with us as well. These have already gotten into 1,300 views, my dear goodness, which is great to know. So hopefully everybody will connect with both the Gross Bargain Emporium Steph and her husband, Mr. Steph. They have been over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters ever since finding the Superchat family. I said it's probably 2 years ago. I could be wrong about that. And then, yeah, Covaction memberships, lapse after a certain amount of time and this and that. So I don't know if that's the case or not. I've got you on the wheel right now. But it could have to do with the browser you're using or the account that you're using and things like that. Anything's possible. What I always recommend for everybody when something's wrong is refresh the browser or device. Nobody needs me to say it, but even I have to be reminded sometimes. Unplug things, turn them back on, start fresh, and see if it works out. But yeah, it's very possible for memberships to lapse as well. So Mac Movement is coming up right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then just in case you're still listening, Chuck and Lori, I have you on the wheel anyway, because regardless, they've been silver members since starting. So even if you weren't, like, I had an active membership, I would still have you on the wheel for today anyway. But I know those glitches can happen too. It's not the first time we've seen that kind of thing. And then Mac Movement is up on the screen right now. I promise I'm going to start going through channels. I just sometimes can't help myself when I start talking about all this stuff. Hopefully everybody can see I'm just as passionate today as I was many years ago about this. We just want everybody to get what they want out of YouTube. That's my personal goal or mission, if we want to call it that. I was very proud of myself. I put a post up a while ago. Facebook did one of those things where it reminds you that so many years ago when I got my first 1,000 subscribers, I said, I'm so grateful to have accomplished it, but it's my mission to help as many people as possible do this for themselves. And I was so happy to see that I still had said that so many years ago. That was my reaction to reaching a milestone, is I can't wait to help more people do this. I'm making more of a big deal out of it than I need to. But the point is just the enthusiasm, let's just say. Is Eddie Garraza still with us? I'm not sure if Eddie Garraza is still in the chat, but please let me know if you are. And then I'm going to get Sarah Presswood on the wheel for right now, and then we'll see how we're doing in another little while. But Mac Movement is up here right now. This creator is working on 1,700 subscribers, which is great to see. They have an interesting way of describing the channel. A digital campfire for sci-fi, fantasy, conspiracies, and strange worlds. The digital stream side. So they actually change this up once in a while. But visual audiobooks, they say, lo-fi storytelling, which is really interesting. I wonder how much help you had with AI with that, or if you actually came up with that, because it's extremely creative, in my opinion. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos, though. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I joke about all the time. It's got a fun name. I use it to keep or get caught up with creators. And then, forgive me, what I was going to say, and I keep forgetting, is Tim Mitchell. I ask questions all the time, and then I distract myself and don't catch the answer. But if you wanted to go live an hour from now, we can raid in if you want, if you would like to, but that's up to you. And then forgive me if I missed the answer, because I asked the question earlier. And then Mac Movement is doing quite a few shorts. This creator does a ton of shout outs for other creators as well. They made a special video where they included Superchat and The Source and another channel together. All channels who help people connect, let's say. 2,000, 2,500, 3,700 views on some of the shorts here, and then live streams on the channel as well. So I caught them for a couple of these, one a few days ago, one a couple months ago, but it looks like they're doing them more frequently now. So hopefully I'll catch you for another one soon. I got notification bells on for every single channel. And then thank you, Covaction. Yeah, so just rebooting or something like that helps out. But thank you. But I did already have you on the wheel, but thank you for that. Now they got the emojis happening in the chat again. And then High Plains Camper is coming up right now. They just dropped a super chat, so we'll look at their channel right away. And then we will get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. And oh, they're scheduled for 9. Okay, thank you, Tim Mitchell. I hope I thanked you for those gifted memberships again. I try to remember to thank everybody more than once. But I certainly do appreciate it. It's never necessary. So they'll be on tonight at 9 p.m. I've already got the redirect scheduled for Michael's Adventures. Michael's Adventures is on at 8 p.m. every day. And so this creator, he's one of our moderators. He's been with us from the beginning. He's here for every stream, for which I'm grateful. And over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He does more for others than anybody ever sees. When I say that about creators, Michael's Adventures is right at the top of the list of creators I could mention when I talk about the idea of doing more than people get to see, because he's constantly reaching out, looking for people to help, and never asking for anything in return, which is remarkable in my opinion. Foraging and urban farming, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. So I've already got the redirect set, but we raid into Michael's often. So that's what we'll do for today again, is Michael's Adventures will have a premiere at 8 o'clock. He goes for half an hour, and we know that half an hour after that, we will have a live stream from Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Forgive me for anything that I did miss. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. High Plains Camper brings us solo truck camping. This creator, over the time that I've gotten to know them, it's many months now, they actually do what they can to fit their content in between different family obligations and things like this as well. So they're totally passionate, not just about solo truck camping, but about getting the YouTube content out there. And I'm happy to say that I run into them probably every day, supporting other creators, different premieres and live streams, which is great to know. Now I'm going to grab their latest video. This creator's always cooking and camping. They've almost always got a fire going. Sometimes they got a drink going as well. They share that with us. And they got a special video. This one is fun to watch. You have to have sensitive ears for it. But this creator did a great job of keeping their composure while they got into a altercation, let's just say. I think they handled it really, really well, and that's what the comments say for most people. But I had to see this. Kristen Welton saw it. It must have come up recommended for her. And she mentioned it to me. She said, "Did you see this video from High Plains Camper?" Because she's newer to him than I am. So she's like, I mentioned, like, no, that's a creator who's out there supporting people all the time. Because we talk, right, about channels and about creators and stuff like that, as anybody would expect. And then this is, we mentioned the things that we noticed. So I saw this person doing this and supporting that and, doing this and that. So that was kind of cool. And I'm glad that I took her advice and watched that video. And then 7,500 views on some of these shorts, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So there's the angry farmer one. And then live streams. Now, I've caught them for a few of these. I'm surprised I haven't caught you in a month for a live stream, but I feel like it was just yesterday. I've got notification bells on for every single channel. They seem to be on several times a week. And just for the sake of saying it, I know everybody here cannot just sit there and message every single person that you want to come into every live stream and premiere that you do. But if you find a moment, then anybody can message me anytime. I will always make an effort to be anywhere that anybody wants me to be, especially monetization celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries, and things like that. I try not to miss them. Even if I have to just come in quickly or let it run or say hello or do the things we do, I will always make an effort. But most often I can just be there. I'm bouncing in between streams and premieres anyway, but it usually comes up recommended for me, or I hit the subscribe, or subscriptions tab and see who's live at the moment I'm looking for something to fill a window. And I can always hop in and out of different people's things almost all the time. And then thank you, Covaction. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And thank you, everybody. I don't mean to solicit it, but I do appreciate all the positive things people are saying in the chat. There's only so much anybody can do. It's not about playing favorites. It's not about thinking this person supports people more than other people. There are a million people here who are able to support people more than I am. I do as much as I can. But as long as everybody, all of us, are doing as much as we can, no matter how much or how little that is, I promise you everybody will be fine. I've been saying that for years. That's what we've been doing. The community continues to grow. And hopefully everybody's still meeting new friends every day. I dread the idea that people are like meeting a few people and then stopping, or getting monetized and then stopping. There's so much more that everybody can accomplish, and I just want everybody to get what they want out of YouTube. It doesn't have to be greed. It doesn't have to always be more, revenue or friends or subscribers or all the different things we can chase. I just want everybody to get what they want, so everybody can be happy, if that makes sense. And then Nicole Ray. So this is a new creator. They've been here, I think, a few times before, but forgive me if I'm wrong about that. But this is the first time we've got them on the screen. So I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. I'm going to take your first video, and they just put this out a week ago. I'm going to put this video in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is, after live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then, like I said, Michael's Adventures will be live in about an hour. I'll start dropping his link in about 40 minutes from now. High Plains Camper we just saw. Let me spin the wheel again. And there you go. Yes, the catch-up list is in full effect. And then Carl Weinstein. Oh, pardon me. Carl Werstein. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Even with my glasses on, I can't see a thing, I promise you. Voice of Fair Use is coming up on the screen right now. And Carl Warstein has picked up a gifted membership, so I've got them on the wheel as well. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then we will get back to spinning the wheel in another moment again. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Oh, spelling mistakes are the most fun. I consider myself to be above average when it comes to the idea of spelling and some other things like mathematics and things like that. But I promise you, doesn't matter how much we think that, anybody can make as many mistakes as anybody, and I certainly do. A lawyer friend, a lifelong friend, lawyer was, I think it's when he was going for the bar, right? He's been a lawyer like our whole adult life now. But when he was going for the bar or something like that, he needed some, they're almost like references, but not quite. Just people who've known you, who say, yes, you're of good character and should be a lawyer and everything else. So I was writing the thing, and I was I was writing the word attached. And he's like, don't put a T in that. And I did. It doesn't have a T in it. And I'm like, oh, goodness. And we should know. I've been using email long enough to know that, but I still made the spelling mistake. Obviously a common one, but still. And then PK Adventure Travels, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's one thing I do like about pardon me, AI. And using ChatGPT and Claude and things like that, is you can make all the spelling mistakes you want. Not that I want to encourage it, but you don't have to go back. You don't have to slow yourself down by fixing every mistake. It knows what you want. And there you go. Yes, so PK Adventure Travels is... he's going to go for the... monetization for super chats and memberships. Just for the sake of saying my 2 cents, you don't have to wait. Once somebody hits the 3,000 watch hours, we all know, or most of us know, that the analytics still take 3 more days to kick in. So you're already far beyond the 3,000 when you hit 3,000, and the momentum is up. So you're likely going to just zip right by it. Especially somebody like PK Adventure Travels who's out there. This is their second time around, because that's PK Adventure Travels and Ryan Parker Studios is the channel he's talking about. I just want to show you something for a quick second. So this is one of the things that I've been playing around with AI. It's hard to describe. I'll have to try to show everybody one day, but it's a little bit more involved than just putting something on the screen. But what I've been doing lately, and I've actually been off it for a few days here, so I got to get a couple more channels. I think I was going to run... Van Lot, I'm not sure after. So one of the things I've been doing is using AI to make these playlists, and it can dig right into YouTube to do this, for those of you who know what an API is. And so what I did recently is make this playlist. I've got plenty of them here. You see Michael Harper, Cove Action, Ryan Parker Studios. And what this does is it makes a playlist for me of the longest 99 videos or streams on a channel and puts them in order from longest to shortest so that I can run the whole playlist. Because for all these years, for every time I'm trying to run a playlist, there's Chrome extensions and everything else, and nothing seems to work long term to stop it. Like all the playlists stop after 100 videos. So many times, like if I'm out working, I come home from work and it stopped. I don't know when it stopped. I could have lost 8 hours worth of time today trying to run things. But you see what I mean, right? So, yeah, I'm going to cut that now. But I had already run, let's say, the majority of this list. But can you imagine that? I think that was 6 days or something of watch hours, right? This is the kind of thing we can do to help people as opposed to simple playlist, let's just say. So if I can find a way to get that into everybody's hands, I'll find a way, but I haven't been able to do it yet. Defam Adventures is also in the house. Let me get these 2 channels on the wheel. I'm going to try to start moving it now, because we still got almost an hour, but I do want to move faster through channels. So PK Adventure Travels and Defam Adventures are on the wheel. Foraging and Urban Farming, did I get you on there? Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Screaming at the camera again. I'm going to lose my voice tomorrow. We have to try to be careful of that. People who live stream and get like all excited and whatever, it's possible to... So the catch-up list, what I do with that, let me just show everybody for a second what on earth this is. So most often I try to get to watching as many videos as I can. I'm sure everybody understands I run more than I watch. Most people probably do, I'm guessing. Where is the catch-up list here? Here it is. Too many playlists because I'm just experimenting with stuff. I got Pete's on there. I did see this video. I was lucky enough to be there, but I haven't commented on it yet because I caught that while I was driving yesterday. But here's the videos from today. I cleaned this out before I started today. But I'll show everybody a trick. So what I do with the catch-up list, and it's just, you know, I get or keep caught up with creators. That's why I say catch-up list. So what I do is I order the videos from shortest to longest. So let's take this 3-minute 33 or whatever it is. I'll take this 9-minute one. And as I continue to add videos to this list, it'll get to like maybe 20, maybe 30 videos, something like that. When I have an hour or half an hour, any amount of time that I can sit there and watch videos, paying attention, watching them, then I get to watch like 20 videos in an hour, let's just say, because all the 3, 4, and 5-minute ones are at the beginning of the playlist. You could do that on a phone or on a computer, and I'm just showing it to you as an example, but I cleaned it out before we started today. But I tried to get to that before the next stream at the latest, depending on how life goes. Like tomorrow for work, today I found out I got an unexpected day. It's probably going to be a 12-hour day. So I don't think I'm going to get to the catch-up list today or tomorrow. Today, I'm going to bed right after Tuber Chat because I got to be up 5 in the morning every day. But the next day, tomorrow, I probably won't have time. I'm probably going to do a 12-hour day or pretty close to it, let's just say. If not, Friday, I'll probably get to it. And if not, the next stream is on Saturday. 100% for sure I'll be able to get to it. But I tried to get to much more than that. But the catch-up list, most of you have been here, had your channel on the screen, had me add a video into the catch-up list, and then found me commenting on it a couple days later, right? This is how I get to know channels and get to know their content. And then this is where my speeches come when I talk about channels here, if that makes any sense. Work. So I'm what they call a food safety technician. Now, I work with chemicals, but it sounds better the way I'm describing it. It's just like there's a million jobs that people do where they're technicians. There's pest control technicians, there's internet technicians. You've heard of Best Buy Geek Squad. They're working with computers and networks and stuff like that. So I go to grocery stores and give them inspections, friendly inspections that are just making sure everything's working, everything's as it should be before the health board comes in and stuff like that, and install and fix chemical equipment, which sounds elaborate the way I'm describing it maybe, but it's actually very simple stuff. But it's I don't know, I don't want to say a simple job, so I won't, but it's a fairly I don't know, it really is. I really don't work that hard. Sometimes I have to drive. So tomorrow it's because I'm going to another city 4 hours away. So it's going to be a long day with a lot of driving and a tiny amount of work. So forgive me, I don't mean to go on about it so much. And then, thank you everybody for your patience though. And then, yeah, it's great to know that things like that happen. So when we're out there buying our groceries and things like that, you know that there's regulations, there's rules. I'm sure this is in every country or pretty close to it, where it's not just the employees. We hope they're doing the things they need to do. they have to do the things they need to do. It becomes habit more than anything else, right? So the faceless voice of fair use is here. So in the chat, voice of fair use, I thought I watched a video from the other day. Maybe I'm mistaken. I thought I caught something recently. 245 subscribers. So they're putting videos out fairly frequently, at least a couple of times a week. Why did I think I just caught something? And maybe I'm mistaken. Can't be 5 months ago. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos then, the latest one. And this is actually a great video to watch. So how to fix inauthentic content and get remonetized. Lots of creators went through being demonetized recently. Some are still waiting out their 90 days and this and that. But this can give us some insight maybe as to why that stuff has happened. So I'll be interested to see that. They give us information on their About section to let us know what they're expecting to bring. They decode creator risk through real-world cases, which is interesting to see. And then shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 1,200, 2,000 views. I thought you did something about Superchat a long time ago. Am I mistaken? Yeah, I don't want to encourage it, but you could. I thought they did a long time ago. Forgive me, because I make as many mistakes as anybody. 245 subscribers. They're working towards 300 right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And that latest video is a perfect one to connect with. First of all, because it's about our YouTube journey. Secondly, because it's over 3 minutes, which is exactly what we're looking for. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yeah, I was self-employed my whole life, so occasionally I have taken full-time jobs, right? Like in over the years, let's just say. It's usually not more than a couple years at a time, and I usually quit every 2 years. Even the places I've worked for 6 or 8 years, I quit 4 times, 3 times, and that's not a joke either. I'm laughing, but I'm serious. And it's funny because I was joking with my friend that I work with. He had his channel in the chat, One Man, One Machine. We work together all the time. He's responsible for like training me in the beginning last year, because it's been a year right now. Actually, today is the 1-year anniversary of the very first day that I worked, or didn't actually work but filled out paperwork, let's just say. But yeah, this we joke all the time about the fact that, like I said, this is a better week because I only threatened to quit once. Because I talk about it all the time. It's not a joke. Ace Flaw 1 is up on the screen right now, and this creator's been with me for long over 6 years. And Andy brings us travel content more than anything else. So he put out a new video a week ago. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list right now. That's that playlist I keep talking about. And I can't remember how long every single channel's been with us here in the Tuberchat family or friends with me, but Ace Flaw 1 was with me before this channel even started. One of the creators, I could probably mention a dozen different names: Jeremy D-Day, Ace Flaw 1, Elevate with Vern, many others that have been with me since before Tuberchat was even started and actually inspired the idea in this channel. So it's wonderful to know that after all this time, some of these creators are still coming around. I mean, almost all of them are, at least at some point, but Ace Flaw 1, Jeremy D.D., these creators are here with us frequently. Shorts on the channel. This creator has gotten into 2,000 views, 22,000 views. Or pardon me, sorry, 2,000 views, 2,200 views. Forgive me for that. On these shorts, which is great to know as well. So obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and hopefully everybody will connect with Andy. He's changed up the About section a couple of times, but traveling is his thing, and playing video games, he's got an interesting way of putting it. So travel and a little bit of video gameplay is the interest in this creator. And then, yeah, thank you, Foraging and Urban Farming. I forgot about that. My job offer was on the 13th last year, but the first day, if I remember right, we'll have to look at a calendar, but I think the first day was a Monday last year. The 20th was the first day that I would have officially been working, let's just say. And there you go. Just Jason Kitos has been at his job for 17 years. Now, I do have as much regret as anybody my age would have. And a lot of times I look back over especially some of the downturns in life, because I've had a few ups, I've had a few downs, like most people, right? And the idea is you look back and you're like, oh, maybe I should have done things differently, because if you had a job and kept a job for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, maybe you'd be in a different, maybe even better position. I don't know, but I like to take risk. I like to bounce around. And as a self-employed person, I like to not be told what to do, apparently. So, you know, either way, this is fine right now. So happy to have it, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Butler Family Farm up on the screen. I talked about this channel earlier. Jerry and Susan together. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So I'll tell you what, I'll have some advice for people in the chat. I usually don't use the word advice, or I try not to, but this is literal personal advice, right? Because I know a lot of people in the chat are not yet my age, right? And someday will be. And here's the thing. I don't think it's possible to go through a lifetime without some kind of regret and things like that. People talk about that kind of thing all the time. But I am generally happy most of the time, or all of the time. I have a loving family. I'm grateful for that. I have lots of friends over the years. Grateful for that. I can do many things. I'm good, or dare I say great, at a lot of the things I've been lucky enough to do, both for a living and as hobbies or anything else. But life does have its up and downs. Somebody warned me, because I got a really big mouth sometimes, and I'm not kidding, that they said, you're going to learn. When I was in my early 20s, they said, when the carpet gets ripped out from under you, you're really going to feel it, is basically the idea. And I promise you, the first time somebody did something to me that was that terrible, boy, did it suck. And I've had a couple of downturns in life as well. I really don't talk about that stuff. But the advice is this. Life comes with ups and downs. And when you're in a downturn or a hard day or a hard time, it can be very difficult to remember that another good time is just over the horizon. Could be weeks, could be months, could be years, but it will come, right? Things are always different, if not better. My advice to everybody that needs it or wants to hear it, or, dare I say I'm forcing it on everybody, is this. When life throws something at you that sucks, just remember that another up is probably coming. And even though you might be miserable, you might bask in it, get into your own head and all those horrible things, my advice is try to remember that up is coming and prepare. Be ready so that you can say to yourself, the next time I'm up, because I know I will be, I'm going to be ready and I'm going to make the most of it. We talk about living our best lives and being the best version of ourselves and all that stuff. I don't want to discount it, because that helps too. And I listen to a lot of self-help stuff, and I follow a lot of influencers and things like that. But I'm very serious. In life, when I've had a couple of ups, I wasn't expecting the downs, and therefore they kneecapped me. Like, they cut me off in ways that hurt and sucked. And it doesn't matter, because I know another up is coming, but I could have been so much farther if I'd have been prepared, in the first place, to ride the wave up. So we can do that, though. Anybody can. It's really hard to remember sometimes, but just for the sake of saying, right? Nopers Plays, good to see you in the house. My dear good, my dear goodness, am I able to talk? Any advice for keeping up with editing and a full-time job? Yeah, I struggle with the juggling of things back and forth. But momentum, A lot of people talk about the idea of momentum. I promise you that really helps. Most of you have seen I have another channel and I barely post videos over there. I've been doing a little bit of live streaming lately, but that's almost procrastinating as well, because I really should be making videos, especially here, that I know would be helpful. And the thing is, trying to juggle this stuff can start to feel overwhelming. So I don't look at a lot of the videos that I could have put together, and now I just went this weekend and found probably 12 to 15 videos that have been filmed and not put out. Some of them are awful, like a hotel review from 2 years ago that's 2 minutes, right? But why wouldn't I put it up? I filmed it, so I might. I probably will. That's the idea. But because I've been out of it for so long, not producing videos, not opening Final Cut, not editing things, then it feels like a chore. When I think about it, it feels like a mountain, right? Oh my gosh, I got to produce 12 videos. I haven't done anything. I'm not going to get any views and this and that. I make mistake after mistake. I'm going to rush. I'm going to forget things. But if you can just get back into the rhythm of like, okay, let me do the one thing today. Let me at least prepare, and chip at it by little pieces if you have to. It's the momentum that helps. I've done it before. Many of you have known me for many years and seen that kind of thing. You're like, oh, okay, he streamed many times this month, but then he disappeared for the summer or the winter or whatever. Or like, oh, he just put out 4 videos and then he didn't put out videos for a while, and then he put out another 4 videos, and then, that kind of thing. So keeping the momentum up is probably the best idea. I get inspired as soon as I make the tiniest little bit of progress. And actually I have a funny video for those of you who do follow me on my other channel. I'm making way more of a big deal of it than I need to, but I got a short coming out that I forgot to post a long time ago. I just never bothered to edit it. Very short, 15 seconds, but it'll be funny. And you'll see how I'm playing around with AI stuff too. But Butler Family Farm up on the screen. Jerry and Susan, pardon me, from Missouri, bring us 116 acres of homesteading and farming and ranching types of content. They bring us a lot of outdoor footage. They show us all that it takes to look after their property and their livestock. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, rabbits, bees, koi, and more. I've got the whole list. I know I've got it. And otherwise, it's Jerry and Susan. So they bring us around the property. They take us on the road. They bring us into their home. Jerry does remarkable woodworking. They do product reviews. They're cooking, they're canning, they're baking, they're collaborating with other creators. And this is a channel that has no trouble with momentum. Jerry and Susan share the work over here, but if you look at the timestamps or date stamps on their videos, they're posting videos multiple times a week. Every 2-3 days, they got something coming out, which is fantastic, and this is great momentum for the channel. I'm going to grab one of the latest videos, working the cattle. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. Something I've seen from them before, but I actually learned something. I forgot to mention, Jerry, was there was a video that you did, this one here, the bees. I think it's this one, where the bees had moved out of one of the hives, and I had never seen anything like this before. And all this time, anything like this, to understand how you can get the bees back into the hive. So that was really cool to see. But that's just a tiny example of some of the things we're going to find on the channel. Shorts over here at now up to 12,000 views, one at 55,000, and then live streams on the channel. Now, Jerry and Susan are live every Monday at 6:45 Eastern. I mentioned it the other day. So, what was I doing on Monday that I couldn't catch you? Why don't I remember what I did on Monday night? Oh, I did my personal stream. Thank you, Kristen. Kristen's reminding me in the background there. I did a personal stream, and I specifically aim them for about 7 p.m. so that it depends on the weather. It was really windy that day, and I was like, well, the wind's supposed to die off, but I want to catch it before the sun goes down. And I got to get to bed early, so I can't be up. So I crashed right into them, not on Superchat, on my own personal channel. And this is what I'm talking about. You know, I went and did a stream right at the same time that I know Butler Family Farm does their thing. Jerry and Susan still here anyway. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm talking about when creators do more for others than they expect for themselves. Butler Family Farm are out there supporting people as much as anybody. They're meeting up with people all the time. We meet people on their channel. I've been on their channel several times. They take us on the road. They've been on a cruise with other creators. They go to large meetups. They just did one, and I was happy to have seen that. This is one where they're riding back from the meetup. They stream these all the time. You're going to see a lot of channels that you know and get a chance to meet more channels on live streams like this. They do this all the time. Every time they go to a large meetup, they stream from it. So hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. They're working on 160,000 now. These creators, Jerry let us know about a year and a half ago, he started using the YouTube promotion system, which is a different way to grow your channel rapidly. This is how a channel goes from under 10,000 to over 150,000 in a year and a half. So very different. Not something that I do, not something that I recommend, but something that's great to know because it's in the YouTube studio. So another legitimate option, let's just say, when you grow a channel. So Butler Family Farm, they've been with us for years. I'm not sure if it's 5. I insist that it's at least 4. But these creators are out there supporting people all the time. I run into them in other people's premieres and live streams, and they got one of the fastest rolling chats that I talk about here. They rival those of Jesse Journals and Unboxes, the Stock Explorer, and of course Scratch and Pete PA. Very fast paced, very high energy. Every Monday at 6:45 Eastern as a minimum. And then Cove Action. So the hype feature, I think, is best suited when we're able to really hammer it, because people then get a chance to be on the leaderboards. I don't know how much it helps, but we have to assume that if YouTube gives us a tool, my opinion is that it probably helps everything. Any engagement at all, including hype, might see the algorithm pushing people's shorts or videos out even more. Forgive me, I said shorts. I can't remember for the life of me whether it's available on shorts. But hyping videos, usually I do it as a tutorial. I'm running out of time for today. I did it on the last live stream. But it's something else we can do for each other. So Beth said what I would do is, like, maybe on the next stream here, when we talk about the idea of hype, I'll go and hype a few videos myself so that everybody can see how it's done, and then we can hopefully get a bunch of people to do it all at once. Go to somebody's channel, hype their video, and see if it'll help. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Haven't been able to find the hype button. So Stephen Wire, not everybody has it, which is the weirdest thing. And then, yeah, thank you, Butler Family Farm. Long over 3 years as a member, but they've been with us much longer than that as well. But yeah, they've been a member, you might as well say, as long as we can even remember. And then thank you, Nopers Please. And yeah, the hype button's only on a phone. Oh, we certainly don't have time, but I'll show everybody for a quick second here. Where's my iPhone mirroring? I use it so little I can't remember what the icon looks like right in front of me here. Here it is. We'll do one quickly. I don't have it on the Superchat channel. Like, I can't hype with Superchat, but I can hype with my personal channel. That has to do with brand accounts and a whole long, boring speech that doesn't matter. So, let's go right now. We'll go to Butler Family Farm. I'll show you how to hype right now. So we go to Butler Family Farm, we go to their channel, we go to their videos. The latest video is going to come up right here. So I'm going to click right on it. I'm not going to play it. But what I'm going to do is go over here. I'll give them the thumbs up first of all. But what I'm going to do is go over here, and here's the hype button. So this video hasn't been hyped yet. I know because it says be the first. But then I can click the hype button, and what it's going to do is give them points so that they can be towards the leaderboard, let's just say. My assumption is that because they've got so many subscribers, that's why the points are so few, because usually we see like 1,900 points, 10 times the points. So YouTube might be using this as something that they consider to be leveling the playing field with smaller channels. But there we go. So we hyped, they've got 160 points, and the more people who do it, the more points they get. They could end up on a leaderboard, which might lead to some more promotion. So I think the feature needs a lot more exposure. YouTube doesn't always do the greatest job of promoting their features so that people start using them. But that's just, you know, it's pick and choose. It's like, you know, different features, and I'm just whining and complaining about it, even though I'm sure most people are going to agree with me. So we'll see if hype is something they keep for the long term, but for now, why not, right? So if we think of it, it's something else to remember. But if you're on a phone, you can hype 3 videos a week. So that gives you an idea. And the videos have to be less than 8 days old. Like, they have to be within the week, let's just say. And then, yeah, Hannah Rebecca, one of these days, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I'm hoping within the next, not too much longer than 6 months from now, maybe I'll start crossing the border again into the States. I don't bother with the sun and the heat, let's just say, but I haven't had vacation time with my new job until now. So I've got to take a week off soon to just take care of some stuff around the house and this and that. Staycation kind of idea. And then when the winter comes and the cold weather hits us, we're going to look at whether we can go anywhere or not, including maybe even close to upstate New York, or if we could take off, we'll do that too. But we'll see. Everybody's watching the prices of everything and flight restrictions and every other thing in the world. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Sweet TNG Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I think I know that channel, and forgive me if I'm wrong. The handles are really tripping me up, and Twinbrook Acres is here if I didn't say hello. I don't mean to miss anybody. I'm sure I do. And then Create and Relate is up on the screen. So just for my voice, I shouldn't, but we're going to take 3.5 more minutes again, and then we're going to come right back. All right, we're just about back. Michael's Adventures, if you happen to be still listening right now. If you can, I'm going to ask you to move 15 minutes later. We're going to end up overtime. I wasn't watching the clock, and we'll go that long. And then Hannah Rebecca, what I can do is promise you that I'll try. If you're able, Michael's Adventures, if you can just push it for 15 minutes to 8:15 my time, I'll appreciate it. Just so we'll go 15 minutes extra. And then struggling with click-through ratio. So Sweet TNG Gaming, the only thing I can recommend without asking too many questions is the idea that hopefully everybody's using the A/B testing feature. They call it A/B testing, but on YouTube they brought us out 3 instead of 2 as an available option for thumbnails and titles. What that does for anybody that hasn't heard of it or doesn't know about it yet is to add 3 different thumbnails with 3 different titles. What happens is, as YouTube shows your videos to people on the home pages and watch pages and things like that, recommending it, different people will see the different 3 thumbnails and titles. YouTube will split them pretty much evenly until one of them wins the highest click-through rate of the 3, and YouTube will make that the default. And then you can try again or add more if you want to. But if you think about it, it's a great idea. Many marketers and people who are like really into social media and stuff like that have been dreaming of a feature like that. So it's great that they added it. But that's an idea. And here's the thing. I don't want anybody to take what I say as gospel. I just bring opinion. I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do, even if it sounds like it's just because I'm speaking fast. We're all learning together. I've been on for a long time now. It's been 9 years. But I learn every single day. And I have not yet built a channel up to 100,000 subscribers. So the best we can do is bring all of our experience together and then discuss the ideas, and then take what we learn from each other and our own experiences and make, the best decisions for our channels and our videos. A/B testing works for live stream replays. And Nikki Silver Stacker still in the house. Yes, I've still got you on the wheel. I did clean up the wheel a little bit. And then so to be clear, though, and thank you, 7 Minutes with Cheryl. So I started 9 years ago, but I was running a channel for somebody else. And I figured if it's going to work out, I'm going to end up running many channels eventually for either other people or myself. There was a point where we're starting a channel every year. That's why there's 3 now. Like I have a personal channel, Superchatters its own thing, and we have a copyright-free music channel to basically complement the Superchat audience, if that makes any sense. Tim Mitchell, yes, that's a good way to put it. So again, I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. I will tell you what I do. But I've had other creators insist that, like, even when I've said, like, I post my videos on Saturday morning at 9 p.m. Eastern, or 9 a.m. Eastern, or noon if I'm premiering them. And even when I say that, and that's what I've always done on every channel that I've run or touched, other people insist, no, they do it at different times, and different days and times work better for them. That makes sense. And, a lot of the things that we talk about are universal truths for everybody. We should fill out our description. We should consider our titles. We should add tags where tags are appropriate. We should share on other social networks. And, there's other things like that. But there's a lot of things that come down to the creators. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. We just want, just please tell me how to do it and I'll do it. Right? But there are different things we can experiment with. So these are just ideas. So thank you. Michael's Adventures pushed his premiere an extra 15 minutes. That gives us half an hour now. And thank you to our moderators, because, we just assume they're going to continue to help us. And I try not to do that all the time. We don't want to take for granted the fact that our moderators are willing to help us. I know we got plenty of friends here that, you know, support the stream and help just the way moderators would and things like that if it was to be necessary. Welcoming people is probably the biggest thing. I appreciate that because I miss a lot in the chat, right? But we'll go for an extra 15 minutes. And I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators because, you know, I wouldn't be able to do these streams the way they are if it wasn't for their help. They help me make this look easy. You know, I know a lot of people give me a lot of compliments, and I know the show, like, you know, looks good and this and that, like good enough. It's exactly what it should be, but we wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for all that help over all these years. And the best we can do is experiment. You can change your mind a million times. You want to put your videos out on Thursday or Tuesday or Sunday or any other day, then I say go ahead and do it. Because it's not going to matter when you have 100 videos on your channel. If I ask everybody here, name me the first 5 videos that you ever put on your channel in order. Nobody could do it. None of us remember. And I promise you, when you have 200 videos on your channel, you're going to go back and forget some of the ones that you made. You're going to say, oh, I forgot that I put that up. I forgot I did that. That happens all the time as well. So Create and Relate is up on the screen right now. This creator is bringing us all kinds of different crafty ideas, creativity, and the tools that are used to make the different things that they're crafting. I'm going to grab a different kind of video right now. How do I pronounce this? Fibromyalgia, is that right? I'm unsure, so I have to learn from this creator. I'm going to put this video into my catch-up list. That's that playlist we all keep talking about. And then what I've got from Create and Relate, there's a lot of creativity here. They've been doing a lot of work with resin. I've caught them for a lot of diamond painting, but they have a Cricut machine. They do a lot of product reviews. They show us all the creative tools that they get, right? Things to help with the crafting and creativity, but they also do product reviews for things related to our YouTube journey. Hard drives, lights, cameras, all kinds of stuff. There's the Cricut machine right there. So hopefully everybody will connect with Create and Relate. We know they're working on 1,300 subscribers. They got shorts over here also. These have gotten into 1,500, 1,600 views on a couple of them. I think one of these is new, actually. And then live streams. They've done plenty of these in the past. I've caught a couple of the diamond painting ones. It's been a while. We'll see if they're going to continue them. But we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That gives us the best chance of catching each other if we are going to do live streams or premieres or anything else. So, pardon me. Nikki Silver Stacker is coming up. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And yeah, thank you, Create and Relate. Forgive me, I'm kind of racing through descriptions now, but I just want to keep moving to get to as many channels as we can in the next like 25 minutes or so. Michael's Adventures always puts a long intro on his premieres, so that'll give us a couple of extra minutes as well, but I'll try to keep the overtime to a minimum. We'll be ruthless and we'll cut it off at 7:20, let's just say, at the very, very, very latest. So Jeremy D-Day 1980, good to see you in the house. That is JD Night 7. Forgive me, I know you've been here forever. I had your name off the wheel for a second there, so I just put it back on. He's been here from the beginning of the stream, I think. Defam Adventures, thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you again shortly. I know we will. And then Nikki Silver Stacker up on the screen right now. This is a longtime friend, actually. It's good to see that you've been putting out content as well. So I'm behind with the channel, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos, the longest of the latest 2, and I'm going to put this one into that catch-up list that I talk about all the time. This will give me a chance to catch up a little bit, this creator is going to help us with silver stacking, the idea of precious metals more than anything else. For anybody who's been following precious metals for the last year and a half realizes they've had an unbelievable run, and I'm a huge fan of precious metals when it comes to investments, let's just say, as a part of somebody's portfolio. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,700 views on several of them, which is great to see, and live streams on the channel as well. So it's been a few months, pardon me, since they've done a stream, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel so that we can catch them if they're gonna continue with these. And then Hannah Rebecca, I'll have to see, because I've still got quite a few names to go through right now, and I did add a few earlier already, but I'll race through as many channels as possible. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Travel's one of the biggest genres, obviously. Nobody needs me to say that. It's a perfect excuse for videos. I'll show you an example. So I'm going to put videos up shortly, I think, that I've got that are hotel reviews. Hotel reviews, I'm not going to say it's easy, but I'm going to say they can be done easily if you absolutely need to. So here's an idea. When I go to any hotel over the last many years, even the ones I haven't posted yet, as a minimum, what I do is as soon as I get to the room, I walk around with the camera. If you're really slow, it only takes 2 minutes if you're in a regular size room, not a huge suite or anything. But, oh, thank you, Just Jason Keto. He's willing to give up his spot for Hannah Rebecca. She's actually one of my biggest channels from last year for having watched, because we swapped playlists together. So she came up as like my top 3. I'll just make sure Hannah Rebecca gets on there, but I'll have to keep the speeches too very quick today. But you can just what I do is I get to a hotel, I go through the room as a minimum. What I used to do is a much better job and actually find time to go through the hotel, usually late at night or extremely early in the morning when nobody's around, so that I could film everything. And then if you have to, just talk over it afterwards. So you could film and talk while you're walking around, or just film, don't say anything, and then when you're editing, just talk over the thing after you finished editing the video. I don't want to say it's easy, because it's not fair to say that, but it is a video that can be done easier than many other types of content. Let's just say if you happen to be traveling or going to an Airbnb or a cottage, or even camping, into anything that you can film, and it counts as travel, right? If you're doing hotel reviews, and I've had hotel reviews that have picked up thousands of views. They're not good videos. It's just that mine is one of the only ones of that hotel or that room, and the channel's got some foundation, so they get pushed a little bit, let's just say. And then travel is over. It's a very popular category and genre, right? Like interviews, you know what I mean? But travel, anybody can point a camera outside and call it travel. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's a good idea. When I do my outdoor live streams, I put them in the travel category, because that's where I'm probably going to get views, if at all, let's just say. So these are just ideas, not good ideas, just ideas. Rushing Wind Mountain is up on the screen right now. There's another creator who's been with us for what has to be now getting close to 5 years, if not longer. Ruby is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I probably run into Rushing Wind Mountain every day. I could say that about a lot of creators here, but I do run into this channel constantly, supporting others. They did, just a couple of months ago, mention the idea. Somebody said something about them supporting, and they said their mother always told them that don't forget the people who help you get to where you're going. And Rushing Wind Mountain has been with us for a long time. They've got a lot of, respect from other creators because of what they do for other people. They bring us nature and wildlife from the Pacific Northwest. Their videos feature pleasing audio, pleasing visuals. They can go anywhere from a minute up to 12 hours long. And then they've got a premiere coming up actually today. So right after Michael's Adventures premiere, they'll be on a few minutes after that. Shorts on the channel, these have gotten into tens of thousands of views, 18,000, 30,000, one at 112,000. I'm unsure whether they've promoted or not, and forgive me for not being sure if you actually mentioned it, Ruby, or not. I know a lot of creators are using the promotion system now, so I can't tell what's been promoted and what hasn't been promoted. There's other ways to get subscribers and views and things like that, but it's all I can't be certain a lot of times. That's why I dance around the subject. 54,000 is what they're at right now. So again, assuming that they've been promoting. And then live streams, though. This creator does both vertical and horizontal live streams, or portrait and landscape. And it's more of the pleasing audio and pleasing visuals. These can go anywhere from half an hour up to 12 hours long as well. And if we go through the shorts, though, actually, and you find some of the wildlife here, you'll find some humorous moments in there as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. They seem to be everywhere all the time, and I mentioned that kind of idea so that you understand what kind of support you'll likely get back by connecting with a creator like this. So the collaboration feature, I've started to use it on the Superchat channel now, especially for our interview series. And I'll continue depending on the different things we might do as time goes on. But my bet is that it helps. And there's a reason why. When you click on the subscribe button, let's say you see a video from a creator. So we're all creators here, but let's just say you see a video from another creator who has collaborated. Jesse Journals and Unboxes uses the feature all the time now. When you go to a video from Jesse Journals and Unboxes, if you're already subscribed to her, the subscribe button is still going to come up. And you're going to say, why on earth is this happening? I know I'm subscribed to the channel. When you click the subscribe button, a little list pops up of all of the channels that have participated. You can have up to 5 in the collaboration. And it gives you a subscribe button beside each one. So if you enjoy a video and you know there's more than one channel involved, you can subscribe to all of them at the same time. It's the only way that I've seen YouTube come up with something that lets 4 people be subscribed to at the same time so quickly. That is legitimate because you actually watch the content, you actually enjoyed it, you actually want to subscribe to them. Which says a lot, let's just say, right? So I believe that it will help because of that. Collaborating in any way, I believe, is one of the biggest things we can do, but the collaboration feature is certainly helpful in my opinion. And then, so Sweet TNG Gaming, you have to invite people to accept the collaboration, and then they have to accept it. So there's a couple of steps there. That's why, like on our interview series, some of the interviews have the collaborators, but not all, because it's a choice whether they want to do that or not. Not everybody wants to do it. Not everybody even knows what the collaboration feature is. It takes a while. YouTube, in my opinion, doesn't do a great job of promoting this stuff and educating everybody about the features, so we have to rely on each other. Scratch and PPA up on the screen right now. An over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, a beloved and dedicated moderator here. A fellow Canadian. He's only a couple hours away from me, and I recognize a lot of the scratch tickets I see in his videos because they're in the same stores that I shop in, let's just say, or gas stations and other places that we get scratch lottery tickets. What he does, though, is he pits 2 tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of fun to be a part of. What you're going to notice is this creator has presentation at the forefront of their mind. Their bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in their thumbnails with a hint about giveaways that happen in their video series. And then their banner's updated every single week, if you could believe that. And if you've been following their videos for any amount of time, you'll notice that over the last few months, they even, their video editing skills have been complimented right from their first video. But they even stepped up their production with tons of animation and effects because they follow the gameplay of the scratch tickets, and we all know that lottery scratch tickets don't all play the same way. So not every video is the same either, right? Like even in concept it wouldn't have been, but you understand what I mean, I'm sure. When we look at this creator, we know that they premiere every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. And if you can follow, if you can catch one of these premieres, you're going to see one of the fastest rolling chats you've seen. This can be hard to follow here sometimes, but if you see Butler Family Farm, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, Scratch and PPA, these chats just fly. But you will meet more friends over there as well. All of our moderators encourage connections between creators. He's working on 2,700 subscribers now, and Scratch and PPA a couple of years ago expanded the content on the channel when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos along with some Italian lottery tickets. And then this year he returned to Italy and brought us an entire series of short videos featuring Italian lottery tickets. So I hope everybody will check these all out. He does a great job with playlists as well. And then he brought us his very first live stream a few years ago, or 2.5 years ago, during that trip to Italy that I first referenced. And I was lucky enough to have been in the chat at the time. I know a lot of people will be hoping for more, but more so, we're just happy to see Scratch and PPA expanding the content on the channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA, and he's of course monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I have often referred to him as a shining jewel in the Superchat family. Much as Pete supports, he has to have AI parents, maybe. Everybody wonders, like, how does he do it? People ask me, how do I do it? I don't do any more than anybody else. I do what I can. But Scratch and PPA is literally the reason why I describe some creators as being everywhere all the time, because he is a shining jewel, literally, that stands at the top of the mountain when it comes to how people can support each other. Everybody will say the same thing. Anybody who's connected to Scratch and PPA has no choice but to say he's one of their most supportive supporters. Hala is somebody who's here with us frequently as well, just about every stream, for which I'm grateful. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Oh, I'm never going to make it here. I'm looking at the time, my dear goodness. I got to start dropping the link for Michael's Adventures. I'm just going to get his channel ready to go. What we're looking at right now, though, is Hala, and this is a creator that brings us event-based content more than anything else. And they do shorts, videos, and live streams. They even give us behind-the-scenes look at some events, like outdoor events, like parades. They go to a lot of car shows. You'll be able to identify some of the makes and models of some of the cars that they've got here better than me, most people, I think. Forgive me while I'm looking in the other screen while I'm talking here. I'm just getting a link for Michael's Adventures. I like looking at the cars as much as anybody else, but most people know the makes and models better than me. They've got a couple new videos, though. I noticed this just from the last couple of, since the last stream that we did the last 3 days. I'm just going to grab this ice sculpture competition, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, that playlist I keep talking about. You'll see what I mean about the car shows here. If you dig through here long enough, you'll see other things like parades and outdoor events. And Hala is working on 900 subscribers now. They're actually more than halfway on the road, which is great to see. They've gotten into 1,100 views. Oh, pardon me. I was going to say 1,100 views. They've gotten into 3,300 views. Another one at 3,400. Oh, wow. Noel, Silent Morning, that's considered a freestyle track to a lot of people. Toronto was a big area for freestyle music. It continues today. Like, it's got a real cult following. But Latin freestyle music, as it's usually called, Noel was considered a part of that. I know the song extremely well, but that's really cool. And there was only a few cities that were really, really, really into freestyle. Florida's still on it. I know a record label owner who still never stopped producing freestyle music. And then Jennifer Lopez mentioned it in I think an award speech once. And New York and why am I not remembering? I'm thinking Chicago. But Toronto's always been big for that. Holla, as well, is going to bring us behind the scenes for events, like I said, but they will live stream when they can. So I almost thought of this as travel, but it's really event-based content, and they bring it from a few different areas, even though they're in New York. So hopefully everybody will connect with Holla. That one has been getting a lot of traction out of nowhere, they say. Yeah, I would bet, because it's such a popular song. I can't even remember how long ago Noel was. That in the 90s or was it in the late 80s? That song. I probably have it on vinyl. Oh, and by the way, Toronto has the Indy, the Honda Indy 500, I think it is, right? Or I don't know if it's 500, but it's Honda Indy. So thank you, Just Jason Keto. So Hannah Rebecca, I put your channel on the screen because, or on the wheel, because Jason said he was willing to give up his slot for you. But Hannah Rebecca is an incredible supporter. I've swapped playlists with her. She actually has so much content on her channel that she came up as one of my 3 biggest channels with Living Large with El Crew and Michael's Adventures last year. This creator is now over 2,200 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther. She's got a couple of longer videos lately. She does vlogging in the truest sense. She brings us into her home. She brings us into her life. She takes us out on the road. She brings us hauls and almost product reviews, I'd like to say as well. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 3,900, one at 36,000, my dear goodness. And then live streams on the channel as well. So she did a live stream. I remember, actually, that's her very first. We'll see if she's going to do more live streams. Live streams can really help in a lot of different ways, but that's just me trying to encourage her specifically. So hopefully everybody will connect with Hannah Rebecca. She's been with us for years as well. And then let's spin the wheel. I got to keep moving here. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yeah, forgive me. I know everybody can tell I'm pretty much an indoor guy, but I don't follow any sports as much as anybody might even think or expect. When I was a kid, I played baseball and hockey like every year. Baseball in the summers, hockey in the winters, and this and that. But I'm a bandwagon fan. When the Leafs make the playoffs, then I find myself watching a few of the games. But not as much as most people. And then when it comes to some of the sports other than hockey, basketball, baseball, and football and things like that, then even less so. But that's just me. I just don't happen to make time for them is really the right way to say that. Jesse Journals and Unboxes. This is a creator who brings us unboxing videos of all different types. Lately, a lot of crafting and collaging ideas, journaling really, and hence the name of the channel. So this creator's been with us from the beginning, but her support for all of us has increased over the years. That's a tough trick when we're following more and more creators. One of the things you're going to notice if you can catch Jessie Journals and Unboxes for one of her premieres, she puts out at least once a week, always on Sunday at 3 p.m. as a minimum. Sometimes she does more than one. And this creator has one of the fastest rolling chats we talk about because of the support she gives to other people. Another creator seems to be everywhere all the time. A beloved and dedicated moderator here, and she was actually recommended more than once by other people to be a moderator on this channel, which I think really says something. Most people know how seriously I take that stuff. And then shorts on this channel. She takes the unboxings. Forgive me because I'm really not describing the content here. What she does is unboxes. Sometimes she does hauls, but it's most often subscription services from either businesses or the kinds of things that we might see. You've seen subscription services like Loot Crate or Ipsy or BoxyCharm or FabFitFun. So those are some really popular ones. But Jessie gets into everything from books to postcards to washi tape, other crafting supplies, in between the hauls, and lots of Happy Mail and things like that as well. Then she features the items that she finds in the unboxing videos in her shorts, which feature jewelry, stationery, snacks, bath and beauty products. There's tons of washi tape right there, other journaling and crafting supplies. So this creator is bringing a lot of the things that they find in the unboxing videos into the shorts videos on the channel. Not all of these are subscription services, and what she actually does, this is the creator I was talking about that gets the collaboration feature going. So she gets the business owners from behind some of these services to come into the chat and do some Q&A as well. So if you want to see the collaboration feature, this is where you're going to find that right away. I'll click on one video right here. See how there's a subscribe button, but we know we're subscribed to her. So if I click it, now you can subscribe to the other creator or channel in a collaboration. So that gives you the idea right there. And then live streams on the channel as well. She's done plenty of these in the past. We'll see if she's going to continue them. Either way, we've got notification bells on for her. We know as a minimum she's putting out a premiere every week, and with one of the fastest rolling chats you're going to see. And then, just Jason Keto's coming up. Hannah Rebecca's making me laugh. Justin Bieber. It's so funny because it's a love-hate thing with Justin Bieber. To be honest, I like his music as much as anybody else. The few songs that I've known, you know, and this and that, whatever. I don't, you know, I really don't get too involved in the different artists and stuff like that. So much as I used to. But I have found that some people like love Justin Bieber like it's an obsession, but then there's some people who like really dislike him equally as an obsession. Like they just don't want to like him, let's just say. But yeah, he's definitely helped Canada get a little bit more recognition over the years. And that, if I remember right, is a YouTube story. Somebody like Hannah Rebecca can clarify, but I thought that he was discovered on YouTube, right? And then thank you, Michael's Adventures. Yeah, I know I'm going to still go overtime, but that's okay. Michael's Adventures premiere is going to start in a few minutes here. I'll just try to keep it to a minimum and, like I said, race through more channels. Forgive me, everyone. I don't know what's going on with me today. Why... yeah, I just can't stop with the speeches. I really do have it in my mind. I really do try to get better at that, but boy, can I talk, right? Just Jason Keto, another fellow Canadian. I'm going to race through his description, so forgive me. He is a beloved and dedicated moderator here, and definitely deserves as much screen time as anybody. He offered to give his slot up for Hannah Rebecca today. That's an example of some of the generous things people do. I don't want to encourage it. Anybody, you know... everybody deserves whatever time on the screen they would like to have, but it's the least important part of what we're doing here. Everybody connecting in the chat is the whole point. Me putting channels on the screen doesn't lead to 10 people subscribing all at once or anything like that, right? But it's still a generous thing to have offered from Just Jason Keto. Certainly not a surprise. He's always thinking about other creators. So Jason is bringing us a proper human diet. The idea here is healthy eating, healthy living, really a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Tons of recipes on the channel. And these usually feature only, always feature only a few ingredients. They're simple, easy to make, and don't take a lot of time. He's known for chaffles. He's done over 100 chaffle recipes on the channel, but he's done plenty of product reviews and other recipes on the channel as well. When I talk about product reviews, it could be things you find in a health food store or grocery store, things that might say they're healthier, things that might say, you know, no sugar added or zero sugar, all this stuff. He can help us make sense of what those ingredients are going to what those descriptions are going to mean and how the ingredients are going to affect us. As well, he does traditional product reviews. It could be things you find around the kitchen, could be a barbecue or something outdoors, or it could be a gimbal or a camera or something related to our YouTube video. Our YouTube journey. He's always thinking about different ideas for the audience over Christmas. He usually brings us a series and invites a lot of influential guests onto the channel to share their experiences with a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Healthy looking grilling shorts have done really well for him, mostly getting into 6,000, 7,000, and even one of them at 23,000 views. The barbecue short that you see here is a spawn of another video, or at least the idea, where he found success with a barbecue review and then revisits it every year. And then, yeah, I'm gonna be it's gonna be past my bedtime by the time we're done here. Cove Action's making me laugh. Just Jason Keto's working on 7,700 subscribers. You see what I mean? They got guests on some of their streams. Jason's on every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. He gives us a chance to get to know him, a chance to talk YouTube. He introduces us to other creators, and the main focus is always a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He shares his journey with us, and he's always thinking about new ideas for live streams as well. Just very quickly, I'll just show you while I get the next channel ready. It's Just Jason is a channel he's got set up for some of the things that might not fit on the traditional channel. He's got a hummingbird video he puts out every year. He might move that over here, but again, another fellow Canadian only a couple hours away. And then I wish that was true, Cove Action, because apparently Duncan is coming up here to Canada, and if they do, then there'll likely be a lot more of that. P&J's Homestead Adventures, Paula and Jason, they bring us all 4 seasons as well. These creators bring homesteading content in its traditional form, mostly outdoor content, a little bit of indoor content to go with it. All 4 seasons, like I mentioned, when we dig through their videos, though, I mention it often because snow does well for some creators. I've heard that streaming means, like, you know, hurry up and get out, because people around the world, not everybody gets to experience it or even see it if it wasn't for things like YouTube, right? These creators have gotten into 2,100, 2,200, 2,700 views when it comes to shorts, and they've been putting out videos. They've been with us for a couple years by now as well, maybe longer than I think, because of 3 years already or even longer. And then yeah, they're posting videos fairly frequently, almost once a week, once every other week or so, let's say. And then live streams. They've experimented with one. We'll see if they're going to bring any more. We got notification bells on for the channel either way. And then as long as the hummingbirds return, Jason will make a video. And then Cove Action is coming up. That's Chuck and Lori. They come to us from Syracuse. They take their video editing extremely seriously. We know that they use DaVinci Resolve, and they talk about that and some of their video process and planning. During live streams on the channel. So Cove Action's going to bring us all around the world, literally, in their content. You'll see that. You'll get the idea from a lot of the thumbnails here. And then they're working on 5,800 subscribers, which is great to see. They've got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 8,000, 12,000, 21,000 on one. I think that one's still getting views because I thought it was 20,000. I could be wrong. And then live streams on the channel. These are occasional, but they try to do a couple a month. And then Chuck and Lori are very open about their video process, the planning they do while they're traveling. Sometimes they got to move really fast paced. They got different cameras, different angles. They got drone footage and things like that to share with us. And they try to have a lot of fun with their videos. You'll get that idea from the latest live stream replay and the video that goes along with that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Cove Action. And just for a very quick second, I'm just going to show you Live, Love, Laugh, Lori. This is a second channel they've got set up. We'll see if Lori's going to bring more over here eventually. Right now, they're really focused on the Covaction channel, but they did put guac recipe on this channel. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list right now, and that comes from that live streaming video that I talked about on their channel. And then when we look at Stephen Wire, we see another creator that live streams every single day. They're doing a traffic watch series, but people are encouraged to connect with each other while they're in there. I think that's a friend that was introduced to us by Michael's Adventures. He's on every single day. His premiere would have started already, and the video's probably on now. He puts a 5-minute intro on there, but you'll be able to continue what we're doing here and continue connecting with creators and making new friends over there. I'll be over there in a few minutes, and then Stephen Wire is working on 300 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. All outdoor footage here when we look at the videos. He's got some shorts on the channel as well, giving us beautiful looks around Chicago more than anything else. I've been lucky enough to have been there more than once, and then live streams on the channel. So he's live right now. This is happening every single day. And like I said, a traffic watch series, and then sometimes he's cutting videos out of those streams as well. And then I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up on the screen in a second. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Jeremy D-Day, this is a creator who's been with me for probably 7 years by now. One of the creators that inspired the creation of this channel, because he was a group within a group of creators that were supporting each other, and I was amazed when I saw how much they were all supporting. So I'm just going to grab his latest video. He really mixes things up. Jeremy D-Day's got a couple of different channels, as a matter of fact. He's in Wisconsin. He's got an international fall festival here, which will be great to see, but he mixes up content. I see he's got another premiere there as well. Shorts on the channel, 28,000, 69,000. He's been doing a lot of live streaming lately. I've been lucky enough to catch many of these. He's got another one coming up this weekend, so we'll look forward to that. And he's working on 1,500 subscribers. When we look at JD Knight 7, we see his original channel. Over here, he's well over 12,000. This creator's been at it obviously for years, like I said, and he's bringing us a lot of music here. What I noticed from him is he's a real heavy metal fan, so he's got plenty of that, but his actual music collection is very well rounded. He's got lots of different types of music that he talks about here. Some of the shorts have done really well. All celebrity shoutouts, 142,000, 392,000, one at 971,000. If that keeps going, it might be his first million view video, which will be interesting to see. And then live streams, he's experimented with these as well up to about 6 months ago. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get our last two channels up. Thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. I know I went like a little bit crazy with the story time today, so we went overtime. I hope everybody will connect with our moderators and thank them for what they do here, because you know they're trying to help us. Our moderators and things like that are always trying to help with our channels. They really believe in us. They really believe in what we're doing, or at least I'd like to think so. You know, and the moderators that we have here have all been with me for years. They all, over and above, care about everybody's YouTube journey more than I'd be able to describe. So I hope you'll connect with them. Nopers Plays is here. I've caught them for a couple of live streams. I see that they've got plenty of videos here, getting into hours of content, which is interesting to see. So I'm going to grab one of these. It's a couple hours long, almost 3 hours long, but every minute matters when we're talking about watch hours. What I'm going to do is put that at the end of my catch-up list, and when I'm playing it, when I run out of time, I always let it run right to the end, right? So live stream replays and things like that get their full watch time as well. That'll be 3 solid hours of watch time. This creator as well, 1,500, 1,600, 2,300 views, which is great to see on the shorts, and then live streams on the channel as well. They were live a few days ago, live today. They'll likely do one again in the next couple of days. So hopefully everybody will connect with Nopers Plays. They've been with us several times now. And then PK Adventure Travels will be the last channel that we'll look at. But again, I'll drop the link for Michael's Adventures, and I'll be over there in a couple of minutes. PK Adventure Travels has just monetized their second channel, as a matter of fact. This is Ryan and Melinda. They bring us travel from the perspective of travel agents. They do RV camping along with a lot of cruising. They talk about rooms. They give us ship tours. They talk about amenities, excursions. They give us tips and tricks, especially when it comes to the idea of RV camping. We joke about alien tape all the time. Ryan had me go and get some alien tape for myself. I actually love this stuff. The whole reason I got some light on my face now is because alien tape is holding up some lights I got from Temu that do multicolor kind of thing. So hopefully everybody will connect with PK Adventure Travels. Ryan also gives us news over there, ideas that we might be able to look at before we're thinking about serious travel to avoid serious disasters. He's got, with Mel, a lot of shorts here, getting into 10,000, 12,000 views. One at 29,000. I think that one still gets views. And plenty of live streams. They're on every Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern. Ryan's also on with tons of other creators. This creator's collaborating constantly with others, and Ryan and Mel do their thing every Thursday. Otherwise, you're going to find a lot of cooking videos on Ryan Parker Studios channel. This is the complimentary channel I was talking about. They've got a live stream coming up, might have been expected for today. We'll see if that I might be mistaken about that. That's June, sorry, that's next month. They plan these far in advance, which is great to see. Shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 26, 27, 3,700 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. Forgive me, Ryan, I know I'm really ripping through this, but plenty of live streams over here. Like I said, a bunch of collaborations, product reviews even, and then some unattended live streams to build up the watch hours. But they're officially monetized, or will be any moment. So thank you everybody for your patience today. I'll see everybody with Michael's Adventures. We'll make a quick exit. Thank you one more time to our moderators. Forgive me for the overtime today, but I really do appreciate everybody's patience. And let's go make some